Do 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 do. I have run out of ways to make this a parody, so I'm just going to start the stream. And there's that. When I come up with more ideas, I shall let people know. But first of all, welcome or welcome back. I am Jacob.
And I'm BB.
And together we are
The Butter Bunch. I will not let you know when I have ideas.
That is good. That keeps the streams much more on track than they normally have been.
I have many.
You just said you weren't going to let me know. Anyways, I do have one side deviation for today, which is this comment that we got because I asked people to leave comments about the timeline of or how the time travel works in the Hatchetfield Saga, and I thought to go over the response a little bit here, just because it answers what it can at this particular time. So Apple Pie says, when it comes to the Hatchetfield timelines, things still require a bit of speculation and critical thinking to draw a lot of conclusions people have come to. With that being said, I'll try to explain what I and some others think these timelines work. I was meant to say how, but you know. The time travel in the story is the kind of time travel where you cannot change the past because it already happened. Before the story began, Ted's fate was sealed. We did actually say that last time. We mentioned that it was a closed loop, and it seemed to, for the most intents and purposes, to function in that same way.
Yeah.
Up until the moment you consider how the rest of the Hatchetfield stories connect but don't at the same time, which means at some point there needs to be a many worlds idea where certain characters will make certain decisions, and that will create a different branch of a timeline, etc.
It's similar to Doctor Who, I think, in a sense, where because a lot of Doctor Who is very closed loop, from what I'm aware of. Again, I'm not like super into the fandom. I know bits and pieces. I want to get into it, but it's a big thing, you know. But from what I'm aware of, most of it seems to work in a closed loop, and I vaguely recall hearing about some episodes where the Doctor even explicitly says that. But then you do have moments where there are alternate timelines and stuff. And I think it's like, isn't it part of the lore that like only like Time Lords know the exact principles to break the timeline? I think is what it is.
Asking the wrong person here, but that sounds like a thing they would come up with.
And so I think it's a similar thing here where it's meant to for all intents and purposes, it is a closed loop. But there are certain things that you can do that are just really not meant to happen, that are possible to make things diverge a little more than they should.
There's an explanation of all the different types of time travel. That is a video by Eddick, and the running gag in that video.
Yeah,
the running gag in that video is the idea that he'll start listing off like an example of something where like a particular method of time travel happens, then it will just the footage will shift to Star Trek: The Next Generation, because there's always a Star Trek: Next Generation episode where some form of time travel contradicts a previous one, and that was one of the running gags. Also, a very funny a sketch in the middle of that where he recreates the ending of A Christmas Carol in Klingon and spits water on his child self. Anyways, back to the comment, because we weren't finished. As for the homeless man in the other timelines, they are all Ted, who traveled to 2004 and got stuck there with a broken mind. That's a reference to me asking the previous time if the homeless man was Ted in every timeline, or was just the one that we presented with in those last two episodes. How is that possible? Well, think of the Hatchetfield timeline as pipe network. That was just one pipe that at one point was split into countless other pipes, all diverging from one point. When the split happened is unclear, but based on evidence from the future Hatchetfield content, it must have happened between 2005 and 2017. Not so much future content in that regard, more so the stuff we've already seen, which starts from 2018 and goes back to 2004, so it has to fit with those, but yeah.
So what I'm understanding is that Ted is a 50-year-old man living in a 2010 world that refuses to get with the times and works with a map still, like a physical map, makes a couple wrong turns, has too much pride to admit he made the wrong turn, and is now on a whole other journey.
Seems so, and wants to kill them all while high on bath salts. That is a line from the song. So yeah,
It works. It sure does work with the metaphor.
after one Ted became the homeless man. So what is happening is that when the timeline split, creating multiple Hatchetfields, created multiple homeless man Teds because he was already there. Essentially, it's like if you take a cup of water and from one of the split pipes and take it to a point before the split, the water flows into every pipe. I hope this makes sense for you guys. If any questions, try to answer them. But yeah,
It
shout
makes
out to that explanation.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Although I would challenge this, right? And not necessarily like the whole like I'm going to assume you're correct because we haven't gone like through most of it. But I would challenge one aspect to it, which is the implication that there's multiple homeless Teds because it's spilling over, right? Is it multiple Teds or is it the same Ted who just goes one wrong turn and then eventually just circles back to other spots? So there's always only ever been one Ted. He just keeps popping into different spots.
Well, from my understanding, it's not necessarily Ted that causes the pipe spillage in here. Admittedly, it's likely to be partially him, but again, it's if it go by many worlds, I guess, you know, it can be multiple different branches, sort of like a river, extending into different ones from that point. So essentially, the in the one timeline travels back to 2004 because 2004 is always the same in the Hatchetfield continuity. There's only ever one Ted that travels back at any point, so it's always that same one, and then that same homeless man Ted, diverts whenever the split occurs, and that's the best that we've got so far.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe it's the same version hopping around and not so much that it's one version duplicating across the
There's only one
timelines.
version that ever did hop around. The other ones are all so essentially, if there's one straight path that would lead to Ted traveling back in time, there's only one path that leads to that conclusion. So there's only one Ted that ends up creating the homeless man in the first place, the one who berated the homeless man at the wedding.
No, I get that. What I'm saying though is I don't know that I necessarily like I don't like the idea so much that it's that him going back produces alternate homeless
That's
Teds,
not
right?
what. Well, I mean,
Like
you might not like it, but that seems to be. It's not that's the cause of what happens. It's the fact that he is there for it to happen to him. Everyone has multiple versions of everyone, not just homeless man Ted. So it's not because of Ted's traveling back in time that makes the other timelines. It's just that he is there to be split because he traveled back in time.
are you saying that because you know other stuff? Because from
I'm
what I
saying
can
that
tell,
because I've
because
read
from
the
what I
comment and interpreted it and responded to it a week ago.
right, but what I can tell is like Ted
And because
going
I'm not
back
assuming
that
that it's Ted's decision that caused this rift that didn't even get explored in the actual video.
well, given the fact that that's the earliest point we have in the timeline, I think that's the safest assumption we have.
I think that's the earliest documented point that we have.
Which I think is
What
fair.
Apple Pie has said is that from 2005 to 2017 there is no accounted for Hatchetfield content other than, I guess, previous stories that some of the characters might have told.
And arguably that the one musical that people apparently debate is canon or not, right? The one that got
Which
referenced in
is
another Hatchetfield one. I don't know. That's why I'm not saying the title. It's the No, that's a different thing. Not Orient Express. That's about trains.
Trail to Oregon.
That's it.
Trail to Oregon is set in the 1840s. We don't need to deal with that for right now.
And I'm just saying there is technically documented stuff early.
Well, again, if that is canon or not, that's I see this. I know an assumption that's being made, and I know why people say that. But that they're only going off of one very brief scene, and that's kind of it.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying it is documented.
I don't call that documentation. I call that speculation.
It's there, and if it's canon, then I would say documented.
If it's canon, you're again, you stumbled on the reason why I'm not accounting for that.
I see no reason for it to not be canon if they reference it in Hatchetfield, you know?
They don't what people are saying, there's a scene in Trail to Oregon that references a concept that is similar to one that has been talked about in Hatchetfield. It is not necessarily the same concept. It does not necessarily have any correlation. and was also
Right.
made 3 years before Hatchetfield was a thing.
Hey, it's not too late to do a retcon.
If indeed they did do a retcon. Once I show you Trail to Oregon, I guess you can judge for that. My plan was to go through either go through all of the Hatchetfield stuff and then loop back around to the original Starkid, or to sprinkle that in between some of the
I see what
Nightmare
you did there.
times and
Loop back around.
lead in. Yes, and lead into and have it so it's like Nightmare Time, original Starkid, Nightmare Time. Problem is, there's so many Nightmare Times, you just eventually get to you basically just be stuck with Nightmare Time again, and that's actually I feel like the actual musicals are more enjoyable, so I'm gonna wait for a bit before that kind of comes into effect. But Trail to Oregon is actually that's a very far down the pipeline for that, so we're not gonna see that for some time.
We are Ted in this scenario. We're just going down the pipes, and then we go down this one route, and then we just go back to this route, and no matter what we do, we always make it right back to this one spot.
Unless there's other versions of ourselves in other timelines that that haven't had this conversation, therefore never make that decision. We could be the time that travels back, but there you go.
We'll know if the Lord in Black comes up to mock us or not.
Ah, so you remember that term. Good.
Well, I mean, yeah, I do latch onto the deity aspect. I don't know if you've gathered this or not, but I'm a big fan of mythology.
No, I understand that. It's just been fleeting up until now. Apart from in our comments, some people, I think Prism of Voices mentions that there's the Lords in Black a lot. So again,
well, it's because from what I can gather, at least from what I've been told and from what we've seen, Lord in Black is just a synonym for God in this instance, right?
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that. Aiden, hello.
Okay.
Kaka.
Hi, Aiden.
Hello.
I guess we're in the timeline now where we stalled enough for Aiden to join us. So in that case, let's stall no longer. Here is Jane.
Meanwhile, in the other pipes.
Episode 3, part 1. Yeah, some other pipes we've already started. So, lucky them. Anyway,
the alternate timelines.
3, part 1, Jane's a car.
Oh, it's the thing from the intro.
Well, that's all I heard. You were in a pipe right there. Your audio was.
Hello,
I think BB's being held hostage. She's been gagged.
Hello, I've come to face you.
It is me, one of the Lords in Black. BB knows too much information. Isn't that right, Wiggly? Hello, friendly-wens. People like my Wiggly impression, so I'll keep doing it.
Oh no, the talking lips from Rocky Horror Show are back.
Yeah. I know we've watched this like a million times, but I feel like if I skip it, I'll get like crucified, so.
Yeah, you'll look like that little head.
I'll see him, he'll come after me.
It wasn't the right head, but yeah, that too.
Notice how many of them just have black cloaks around. Oh, that might be for when they play Dementors.
They're all Lords in Black.
Outright Ryan's eyes have changed color again.
I think the black eyes are cooler and more demonic.
Yeah, there they are. I saw Angela a second, I was like, she doesn't need them. She's already scary enough. Where'd he go?
The best segment. Oh, I love that moment with the roots spreading from the face.
Oh, there's a mouth again.
Oh, there's a mouth there.
It might be the same mouth as Connors. I love how some of them are just recording this in broad daylight, and others are actually doing lighting. And wind, of course.
And whatever the hell he's doing at all times.
Oh, Jeff Blim is always extra. That's why he's like most people's favorites, actually. I think they did a survey at one point in the Starkid fanbase, and Jeff Blim was the clear favorite.
See, I thought that was a typo whenever I saw that title, but I wasn't quite sure.
What would the typo be? What would be the correct version?
You know, I got
Jane's
confused.
car?
Just
I don't know.
gotta,
Maybe the way the normal people call it, Jane, comma SCAR.
Just saying, with the car just now, I got confused. I'm like, wait, Jacob downloaded this video. Why is there a car commercial? It's like, oh.
I got confused by BB saying comma S, like Jane a car.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. The A I thought was a typo.
Yeah, my joke was you still said comma instead of apostrophe. Thank you for making me explain it.
Ha!
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, apostrophe is like a reverse comma, technically.
Oh wow! Speaking of Angela, of course, I mentioned Angela's demonic eyes, and there's a profile picture with her in it. Perfect.
Also, this intro song feels like a way higher production thing. I don't think they've ever done like a full live action thing like this before, have they?
Most of what Starkid has done has been live action.
I think what she
obviously,
means,
I mean,
I think what she
Nightmare
means
Time
is non-green screen characters standing in front of green screen.
No, I don't. I just mean Nightmare Time.
Well, Nightmare Time in non-green screen. If that makes any sense.
Well,
like you actually shot on location.
It's entirely possible. We did see Dylan Saunders behind a tree before, so presume that he was more willing to exit his domicile at this point.
Fox body?
Yeah, I don't know car terms.
God, this is giving me vibes of like, that guy who like was in love with his car?
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
Yeah, isn't that called like an autofile or something?
Probably.
That may be the term. It sounds like it. I don't think they ever said it in the video, but yeah. You're driving down a road if you just, it's a chance you might not need it to let you.
Well, it's a car. It's not sentient. It doesn't make a choice.
We'll get back to that.
I hope. Oh god, is this car gonna become sentient? Oh no. Drill present.
Drill press, not present.
Oh.
There's not enough letters for that.
What's a drill press?
I actually don't know. Again, I'm not entirely. I'm not very well versed in car stuff.
That's a manufacturing thing, not a car thing. So basically, it's so like it's like a pole, it's usually like made of like some heavy duty like metal or something. But it's like a big pole, and that has a tray that's like usually adjustable, and then there's like a hanging thing below it, in that you can put like drill bits and stuff into it, and you can like lower it into it. Basically, the idea is to like keep something still on that tray, so you can get the drill bit in there.
Oh, I just remembered the whole reason that the excuse that Tom gives in order to go to the mall for Black Friday, and when he leaves Emma babysitting, is that he wants to like get his drill press fixed, right, or get some new drill for his drill press, or something to do with the drill press.
Oh my god, this whole universe is based off a drill press now. Everything's referencing drill presses.
Well, I mean, this
The
story-
real world is arguably made with drill press. You got any idea how much of the stuff you use was made with a drill press?
Probably a lot, but I don't know anything about the mechanics of stuff. I'm gonna be honest, don't know enough.
I mean,
about
the most used machine in the world is the transistor. So I guess that's what the world runs on.
Yeah, I mean, drill presses are used a lot in manufacturing. I sent an image, but it's too small. I'm gonna get a bigger one. I'm sure you've seen
Sure.
it. But...
He could just with a smaller drill press, or just move the seat forward. That works too.
I don't know how he's even fit a drill press in there.
They just masked over the thing.
Yeah, it does seem like it. Oh, yeah, it's like it's being cropped out on the side.
Yeah, well, the camera's shaky, so you kind of tell it's a very uneven crop. So
yeah,
it's like, oh, oh man,
Quakey, Mask weak captures Quakey. I don't know. I thought he had a wedding ring in his hand there. I thought it's like had the box with a ring inside it. There
he gets proposed to his cars.
I do know suspensions. That's a car thing. That's not a manufacturing thing.
But that wasn't what I was saying. But sure.
What would a wedding with a car be like? Like the car can't really walk down the aisle. How would that work? Like the car like they make like a part of the aisle just a road. Oh my god, a racetrack.
Yeah, they just did. Just like just like take it straight and then just so I can imagine that.
Like
and then then when it comes to do you take this person to be your lawfully wedded spouse? Someone like reaches in beep. Or like they click the keys.
I also know transmitter.
Tim's daddy. Well, he is.
Wait, what?
He is. He's Tim's daddy.
Oh, okay. Listen, whenever I hear.
Wait, hold on. Did you watch Black Friday with us?
No.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
So this character's name is Tom Houston, and he has a son called Tim. So he is Tim's daddy.
Yeah, in a very literal sense. I did send a bigger picture, by the way, in case you want to show it. I don't know if that's like an interest or not.
Okay, sure. I'm pretty sure Restream will crop this to size up anyway, but yeah. This car is not going to fix you.
Please do not strip in front of the car. I would appreciate if you don't.
Oh look, a picture of a drill press across the screen for no reason.
That's a drill press.
I mean, that drill press is pretty sexy, though.
Yeah. That handle on the side is to either to loosen the tray, so you can go either higher or lower.
Same. Okay, never mind.
Oh, don't look at me like that.
I mean, I will say he does give Dilf vibes.
Of course he does. I was thinking in my head Aiden would have no objection to this, but
yeah.
A small auto repair shop in the tiny town of Hatchetfield. Lex Foster sits in the driver's seat of a parked 1986 Fox Body Mustang.
Oh, mine have come back to Lex now.
To some smooth tune that plays on the car's radio. That is, until the song cuts out and the tape deck rolls.
I am not a car person. I know the basic terms. The only reason I'm so into this drill press thing is because I never get an opportunity to talk about manufacturing stuff. It just doesn't come up in conversation.
It's BB's secret passion. She just loves drill.
No, I go to
presses.
college for manufacturing.
Secret passion.
yeah, I'm real passionate. No, I just want $20 an hour.
That's also fair. You know what? That much money would be nice. Listen, I need money, but listen, I'm working minimum wage over here. Sad times.
Yeah. Well, the reason you get that much in manufacturing is of how dangerous of a field it is. They aren't just giving it away for no reason.
Yeah.
When I came into possession of the strange black book.
Wait! Oh my God! Come on, guys! It's the black book.
Jesus,
Yeah,
you are warning headphone users, man. I just hear like blaring in my ear. Oh my God, it's Kawaii! It's Kawaii, guys.
It's Kawaii. It's also Kawaii, guys. Okay, let's see.
Literally stopped my own Starkid rewatch to watch this. The episode is so wild.
Welcome, man.
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul. What are you doing here?
oh! FNAF reference. Abby. I swear that's the face of Abby. Either that's someone who
No, it's not.
like Abby.
That is the person who's on the screen at the top right corner right now is the person in the profile picture. That is Angela Giratana.
Oh, it looks like Abby. Right? Oh yeah, no, I'm totally right. Yeah, that totally looks like Abby. Yeah, I don't care. Even if I am wrong, I'm not apologizing for that. She looks like Abby.
Well, if the Starkid or Tin Can Bros ever do a FNAF adaptation, which I would not be against, then maybe
the
they should
amount of
cast
things
Angela
they can
as
rip
Abby.
on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they did seem to mostly stop doing parodies nowadays. But yeah, you never know. I'm looking forward to the Tin Can Bros adaptation of Steamboat Willie coming soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not an actual thing, by the way, because people were like, wait, where's that? I gotta look that up. It's like, that's just wishful thinking on my part. Anyway,
it probably could become a thing.
I'm not writing that story about a murderer who uses a drill press to kill people, but now that you've said it, I'm sure that'll come back up someday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in one of your mini series, it's just turns out someone died because of a drill press. Listen, okay, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, if it's as simple as someone dying to a drill press, then that can just be a throwaway line.
Well, I mean, it could honestly be like a murder mystery or something that is set in a manufacturing department somewhere.
There's so many creative ways you can kill people in there. Oh my God.
Which is why I bring it up.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I need a slasher movie now in a manufacturing department.
So as soon as Bob the Builder becomes public domain.
That's whenever I hit the big leagues, baby. Bob the Builder, manufacturing gone wrong. No, OSHA's reckoning.
I can imagine the poster of him like bearing down like this, hammer in hand like that, and just like the tagline of "He can fix it" or something like that.
He can fix you.
That sounds like he's in a one-sided relationship. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Listen, we all know Bob has a bad taste in women. Okay, we all know that.
But he has a good taste for
I do not recall that being established.
Nah, it's very much extremely established, guys. Trust me. It's a huge character trait of his.
Okay. Bob the Killer is right. You know what? You're right. You're right.
Oh my God, you're so Jesus. How did we miss that? I still think OSHA's reckoning is kind of funny, but Bob the Killer, God, kill me. Bob, kill me.
No. BB, OSHA's Reckoning is the sequel title. So you got Bob the Killer, they have Bob the Killer, OSHA's Reckoning. There you go.
OSHA's Reckoning is how I introduce a cinematic universe.
Okay. Fair enough.
Bob the Builder, OSHA's Reckoning, Sun Tzu's Principles. But he doesn't really have anything with manufacturing, but you'd be surprised how much philosophy does actually go into the history of a lot of manufacturing principles.
I thought you were hinting at the Sun Cinematic Universe or something like that.
No. It's just that there's a lot of philosophical principles, specifically in Japan, and China.
E13.
Japan and China are different places, by the way.
No!
In what world did I just say they are the same thing?
Well, you specified, okay.
Yeah, because they are from Japan and China.
She specified Japan.
Did she say and? I didn't hear the and part. I was just like,
yeah, I said and.
Yes, that's the well-known city, Japan, China.
Oh, listen.
But with
my
skater.
Listen, maybe. Who knows?
Fine. Moving on.
Lex tries to switch it back to the radio, but the knob seems busted. Tape continues.
Within its pages, burial rites, spells, incantations.
Lex whacks the stereo. The tape cuts in and out.
This kind of sounds like Lex's recruitment by General John McNamara, if they've already met.
To worship these lords.
Read KW's message.
Oh. I didn't know that. I thought they were the same place at the state of Asia.
Listen, we all know Asia is clearly a state, not a country, obviously.
I read the state of Asia bit, and I was like, I have to butt in for this one. That's so good.
I think I remember there was a Syrian Jimmy video where at one point he calls back to just like a little bit of like a section from like an improv dating show that he was the host for. And he said, "Oh, if there's one country that you could date someone from, which one would it be?" And then someone says Asia. That you like the audience cackles, and then just like with stellar comedic timing, just goes, "Asia's a continent." Laughter again.
By the way, Abby, I'm sorry that you paused it for this. We get off track a lot. There's so much to talk about in our little brains.
I try and keep my stuff brief unless it has a very tangible connection.
Little brains, excuse me. We have big brains in the Butter Bunch.
Yeah, big
American
brains
education system, everyone.
Correct.
As Lex kicks the center console, her boyfriend Ethan Green leans in.
Oh, Tanoi Caraxes. That was the one from last time. That was
yeah.
Through the open car window.
Hey, don't hit it like that.
Nibble an Ephim and Wigog your wrath.
Ethan swiftly thumps.
Did somebody call my name? Hello there.
I will say it's funny that these are that like of all the characters interacting with like the divine or magic and stuff, it's these two, especially given like what show they debuted in.
Well, actually, it makes perfect sense what show they debuted then, because remember what happens to Lex in that? She becomes a peep agent, kind of.
Well, it's not just that; it's because that was also the first time we got to see like the godly elements, right? So it's interesting that like whenever we see like if anyone to do it, it's them.
The radio once, just so. The tape stops, and the smooth tune flows from the.
In fact, Ethan's body was even used as like a illusion or vessel.
Yeah.
Pleased with himself, Ethan.
And I think this is the same. This is like a similar tune to what was Santa Claus Goes to High School.
Oh.
Wipes his oily hands on his oily.
Starring the same actor as Ethan.
Coveralls and returns to his work under the car's hood.
You were gonna rebuild this junk heap. Why didn't you just give it new stereo?
Because Mr. Houston don't want no new stereo. He wants the car just how it was before the crash. That includes that janky ass tape deck.
Oh, so we're skipping ahead to after the crash has happened. Fair enough. It is a canon event after all.
Houston's car?
Yeah. And with all that money this guy sunk into tracking down these old parts, he could have bought a new Mustang.
His wife got in this car.
Oh my god, his wife's possessing the car! No!
And like that, Aiden has mastered the skill of reading the episode's title.
Something like that.
Well, I didn't read the title.
Never mind.
What do you mean?
Maybe he doesn't want to be happy. Maybe he doesn't want to forget her.
Aiden must have been so confused whenever I mentioned a typo then. He must have not known what was happening at all.
Yeah, like as soon as Aiden started talking about like sentient cars or something or marrying the cars, I was like, Aiden, you gotta the title's right there. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, I didn't read the title. I
This
just
thing would be a bit dumb.
guessed based off the narrative.
See, I thought whenever I found out that wasn't a typo, my first instinct wasn't that it was like Jane as it like I was picturing this is in a universe where Jane always was a car.
Then how would Tim have been born?
I don't know.
Well, you see, when a man and a car love each other very much, nothing happens because a car can't have a child. But that's
unless it's
besides the point.
Hatchetfield, I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of magic spell you can put onto a car to make it reproduce.
Maybe Tim has the same implanted microchips that Morty Smith has that allows him to turn into a car. I don't know.
Oh, Tim is a transformer.
Sure.
Wait, no,
He's
just
just a humanoid car.
Wait, imagine a car, but as soon as you open the engine, there's like a brain and a beating heart and stuff, and there's a bunch of physical organs. Like, there's no metal in there. It's just you open the car.
That's essentially the Pixar cars.
Yeah. I just think it's a horrific idea. Just imagine it. Oof. No, I don't want to look at it.
I don't have to. I've seen the diagram.
Bring anyone back? You need a 1 minute gun. That's why you gotta be careful. Alright, give her some gas.
As Ethan leans on the front of the Mustang, looking down at the engine, Lex presses her foot on the gas pedal, only to find the car somehow shifted into drive. The Fox body jerks forward, pushing Ethan back. He slams into the workbench and watches like a deer in headlights as
They're inside this station, right? That's not a good idea.
the car comes closing in.
No! No!
Just before Ethan is crushed, Lex slams on the brake. Screech!
Girl, why are you trying to kill people? Listen, I'm just saying, please don't murder him.
Yeah, if you stop. Also, if you stop just before, that's not enough stopping distance.
The Mustang stops an inch from Ethan's face. It sits there.
It could be a jerky car.
Yeah, that this would have been Ethan's quickest death since Black Friday. One scene after he was introduced.
Yeah, if he really died, I was just about to say, like, hey man, this is also a canon event.
They just hate Ethan as actor. So
He
like, okay, we're gonna get you to play a character that instantly dies.
He somehow has to die to the supernatural.
Yeah, I don't think they hate Ethan's actor.
As he leaps to his feet and pulls open the driver's door.
Man, I hate this actor. Let's bring him back.
Ow!
I'm so sorry, Ethan. I swear I was in park.
Lex climbs out of the car and Ethan points to the letters by the gear shift lever.
Look at this, Lex. You looking? This is a P. This is a D.
I know what a P and a D is.
You see how the P has a little tail coming down? That's
maybe I should have let you get run over. Jeez. You know what?
I'm giving him a little bit of leeway just because he almost got run over.
Yeah, I don't know.
know.
What do you mean?
I know. Listen, do not yell at me. I will be fine if you're death if you anger me enough. Do not anger me
after I almost killed you. You know, how dare you be
I didn't try to kill you. Stop blaming me. It wasn't my fault.
Man, now I want to have like a moment in like a story where you have like that classic moment where the murderer, like the villain or whatever, thinks he killed the hero. And the hero comes back to strike revenge, and the hero's all mad and stuff, and the villain's like, I swear to God, if you yell for me, and I'm bad under pressure. I'm real bad under pressure.
No, I want to see that. It is, but where like the murderer is standing trial, the judge is like really laying into them, and they're just like, I
didn't mean it.
Lex is visibly upset.
Listen, okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. I'm
just didn't want to get run over.
Yeah.
I swear it was in park.
She buries her face into his chest and looks back at the Fox.
I mean, you could just say the gear shift is getting old, therefore it's just kind of loosey goosey, and just fell down.
I guess they did just repair the car because I guess Tom doesn't believe in the ship of Theseus.
Question: why would Jane want to murder them, though? Like, listen, they're repairing you, okay, girl? Why? They're trying to actually fix you. Why are you trying to kill them instantly? Like, dang.
That is a fair question. I guess we might find that out at some point. Maybe Lex and Ethan were the other drivers, and they just never found that out on Black Friday.
Owls. Ethan rubs her back.
It's okay, baby. Come on. You're shaking. You're shaking.
Well,
Gosh,
I
you're the
almost
one
died.
shaking.
Well, you almost died. You yelled at me. It was a whole ordeal. Listen, okay? Of course I'm shaking.
I love how she's the one shaking, but Ethan's the one who almost got hit.
It's family fun.
Listen, sometimes you just feel really bad.
Ethan's a man. He doesn't feel emotion. He is nothing but steel, drill presses, and testosterone.
Meanwhile, like inside of Ethan, he's just got like like internally screaming.
I almost died. I need to live. I have a new lease on life. Oh my god.
If this were a traditional musical, this would be one of the songs like inside of the characters, like Lex freezes, and then Ethan turns around and is like, "Oh God, I almost." Oh my goodness!
I almost went to the place in the sky.
Go on, Aiden. I want to hear where this musical goes.
I just can't believe that I almost died. Oh my. Would there be a monster with one eye? Or would it help me fly? I don't even know why. I don't really know how to rhyme.
I mean, there is a monster with one eye in Hatchetfield, but I don't think it helps you fly. Unless it's entertained by it, of course.
Listen.
Ounces under the table.
You're shaking, Dad.
What are you talking about?
Tom sits in a booth across from his 10-year-old son, Tim. Around them, birthday parties rage and pinball machines clash.
That's not a 10-year-old.
Wow!
Tim.
What a genius you are!
How
they're
dare.
they're also not father and son. In case that was confusing.
Yeah, I hear he's from Japan, China.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anxious.
Japan,
Tim
China.
can tell.
Yeah, everyone's taller in Japan, China.
You wanna?
It's
Grow
similar
up.
how it's similar to how everyone's shorter in Russia.
Yes.
So you don't have to look at the Big Kid games.
Hey, I'm not shaking, all right?
Tom glances behind Tim at a row of violent
Hey,
including one called Roadkill. He watches two pixelated cars plow into each other. He winces, remembering...
Ooh, cars plowing
Crash.
into each other? Sounds
Bang.
attractive.
It's not supposed to.
You know what? Yeah, let's switch sides, huh?
They
But they're
switch.
plowing
From
into
this
each
new side
other.
of
Isn't
the
that
booth, Tom's got a
attractive?
not for most people.
Think
China,
about...
Man, they're 3 feet tall. Yeah.
I will say I was joking. Okay. In Russia, that is actually a statistic. Actually, people are generally shorter. In Russia, I don't know why, but that is like a thing.
I don't know if they're shorter by that much necessarily, but yeah.
Clear view of the entrance. He watches it like a hawk.
Tim, I just want you to like my friend.
You mean your girlfriend?
No, she's a girl. But we're old friends.
But you are intimate.
Wait, is that Becky? Oh, and that's the callback. They're not labeled, but they are intimate. That's what Emma and Paul said. Nice.
Intimate. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, Emma and Paul told him.
It's what Uncle Paul says.
I thought that he was about to be like, yeah, it means you guys have sex.
Well, if Uncle Paul explained a bit more, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, well, Uncle Paul's a geek who needs to keep his mouth shut. All right.
Well, maybe you need to keep it in your pants.
Through the front door.
I don't think
So-
that's. What do you mean? Okay, if they're a thing, I
So
think it's a little bit harsh.
What is this?
Yes.
What is this comment, by the way? So I can't get a tall breading boyfriend that's from Russia who's an agent that wants to save the world, and I'm his hostage. Since when have you had that fantasy, KW?
Are you meaning to say breading,
Is
or are you meaning to say
wait,
breeding?
is Keisha bread? Is Keisha bread?
I'm
Very
sure.
important question.
Here's
I'm
the
so
thing,
sad that
right?
line got cut. Yeah.
So I'm sure you could theoretically be the average is smaller in Russia. That doesn't necessarily mean all of them are tiny. Well, compared to here, and arguably from their perspective, they aren't small. We're just tall.
Yeah, I suppose. But from KW's perspective, trying to get a tall breading boyfriend would be would not, well, you know, tall would be a relative term to her. So in that case,
Sure. I mean, again,
By
I'm
the
sure
wa-
they
by the
exist,
way-
but it'd be a bit rough to find, I imagine.
By the way, have you guys ever heard of the Wonder Bread guy?
no, actually. What is that?
So there's this guy who's spent like thousands upon thousands of dollars on several dozens of commissions of like a bunch of like white women buying bread. Sometimes they're cartoon women too, just buying bread. And he spent so much money on that, and he will pay anything for it. Like if the artist is like, "Hey, yeah, $1,000 for this commission," he will pay that much.
Okay.
He is a man. Listen,
artists
It's
artists now I picture that. I just picture every artist having like wet dreams about having this man show up in their like DMs. Hey, can I get this commission? Yes, the day's finally come.
It is
Yeah,
my
actually,
time to
sorry.
shine.
Yeah, of course, we're free to. I do just want to preface this, however. I have coincidentally just now upped my prices to $1 million, though. I hope that's okay.
Also, apparently every girl has that fantasy. Yeah, not the ones who've like confirmed they're aromantic asexual. I don't know what you like.
I will also say for the
I guess
record,
I
do
guess in
not
your
have
fantasy
it-
that's the adventure in that case, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's your fantasy is not for like a tall breading boyfriend from Russia who's an agent that wants to save the world and you're his hostage. Your fantasy is the thrill of the chase. It's the hunt.
You just
Yeah.
want to
case,
get
the
that
escape.
man. You just want to get that man, get close to him, and then immediately reject him.
Right, you won't be nearly as excited once like after a couple minutes of getting it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but my dream is a werewolf who is a werewolf, and his reason is force me to join the mafia because he can't have me, who is a hunter, reveals that Dylan for.
This sounds like a Wattpad fan fiction.
Funny you should say that. I've read a certain book by KW that sounds remarkably similar to this.
Listen.
Hey, look, man, if you're going to put your fantasies anywhere, I would say a book is the place to do it. Well, either that or in bed, but the book is the second best option.
The book
yeah.
is the only way to make it public without being weird. Ish.
Well, I mean, you can literally.
It
just
depends on
saying,
how you go about it.
Yeah, like there are ways to do things like that in public.
No, but I was going to say, E.L. James published her fantasy, and we saw how that went down. Literally.
Yeah, and alternatively, you can also have actual sex in public.
What? No, you can't. No, you can't. That isn't legal. Why would you?
It is depending on where you do it. There's places like BDSM dungeons that you could.
Okay, but that's a private place. That's not public. That is
not
considered private.
It's okay. Fine, you can do it in front of many different people watching you. Does that make it feel better?
That's a
I mean,
place.
BB, if you're going in that direction, you could also invite a bunch of people to your private domicile and just, do it there. Like
you could, but it's harder to do it that way. Like you could, yes.
Okay.
Listen,
Facebook invite.
Listen.
Imagine
a werewolf? No, is she muffin eater? No, that's so different. Well, okay, I wasn't talking about that part. I was talking about the werewolf thing. I was more so talking about the fantastical creatures, the idea that somebody is forced to join a mafia group against their will, because from what I remember, well, I mean, partly it seemed like Amir was really just hesitant to escape the situation, but at some point she was forced. So that's all I'll say about that. 'Cause I want people to read the book.
Becky Barnes appears. She
Of course
scans
it's
the
her.
restaurant, spots Tom, and waves.
Take me back in time to high school.
Yeah, you know what she's thinking?
Hi.
Dang, you're a DILF.
She might actually be, because these two and their chemistry there seems to transcend time. Apparently, speaking of transcending things, look at the way that Tom is positioned. You can sort of you think that like his arm is extending downwards based on like how the laptop from is to his left is, but no, that's like just a coincidence that it happens to like align the camera of just where it would seem like his shoulder would be. Anyway. Oh, okay, so no spoiler. Okay, fine. All right then. Wasn't forced to join the mafia. She was found by them. Not that group. I meant when she was forced to join a group later on in the story by one particular individual.
So I have a project, and I'm not gonna say what medium or
about joining the mafia.
No, and I'm not, and I'm
also
going
for the
say,
record for that mafia camera, she was clearly not happy there. Like the subtext was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the exact names or anything for the sake of the surprise.
Wait, I'm gonna pull a Shorty. Shorty, she liked it.
So I'm going to.
She liked it.
So
she's giving all the signs saying she doesn't like it. No, she likes it.
So I'm not gonna say any names or anything or the medium for the sake of spoilers and all that, but just in case you want to read it or watch it or play it, whenever it releases, right? But there is a plot line that I have that may make it to the final cut, in which the main character is actively manipulated into a specific set of circumstances to be found by a false savior. And I'll have you know that doesn't go well after a couple moments. Moments being vague. Days, hours, months, weeks, years, fill it in with whatever you want. I'm not telling you. I know the answer. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, this is just BB's fantasy, by the way. Just change the full savior to a god, and then you've got a match.
Yeah.
That's Becky Barnes?
Yeah. What?
Dang, I thought you'd be into an ugly woman. Not a pretty woman.
I'm just proud of you, Dad.
Becky makes her way to the booth, throwing her jacket next to Tom and pecking his cheek.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Bridget had her operation today, and the parking here is just bananas. Hi, Tim. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm at Pizza Pete's with 2 Houston boys. I'm the luckiest lady in the whole town.
That sounds like sarcasm, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, a little bit, but remember, like, Tom Houston, star quarterback of the high school, the idea of being at Pizza Pete's with a Houston, that would be a big deal to her. There was a reference for Tom specifically.
Listen, I'm just saying, because the way she said that, it sounded like sarcasm. I'm like, is she making fun of them? I'm just like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Tim.
Oh, hey little man, you ready to order now that your mom's here?
She's not my mom. My dad's just intimate with her.
No! You do not! Oh no!
Oh my God! Turn down Aiden.
No, I'm done screaming.
Okay, all right.
I'm done screaming.
That is the second time that's happened this stream. My ears are about to blow.
If he does that again, I'll turn him down.
Tim grabs Becky.
You can't turn me down if you know what I mean.
My ears are about to explode more than Tim's dad with Becky.
Yes.
Wanna play Zombie House?
Sure. It's not scary, is it?
The 10-year-old pulls Becky out of the booth, over to the big kid games,
Must specify
leaving
that they're
Tom
10.
to order.
Yeah, can we just get a large cheesy pea and a pitcher of Coke, please?
Whoa, okay, slow down, sir. Large, cheesy,
That's 2 things.
pea, and a pitcher of what?
Of Coke, right?
Coke.
Yeah.
Tom turns to see Tim and Becky standing at Tim's favorite machine. Orange toy guns in their hands. On the screen, a horde of zombies bite and claw.
Quick, shoot him!
Shoot him? What if I want to help him?
Come on, you're gonna die!
Has she ever played a video game in her life before?
A smirk creeps into the corner of Tom's mouth.
I will say, this reminds me a lot of, like, old people playing Minecraft for the first time. Whereas, like, YouTubers showing their parents, and the parents are like, but I don't want to kill the piggy, I just want... I want the piggy as a pet.
I mean, that is fair, but also, these 2 went to high school in around 2004, didn't they?
Much fun at Pizza Pizza.
They must have known about video games.
Crash! Bang! Becky's video game character is ripped apart by a wave of the undead.
Oh, they got me!
That doesn't bode well. The car is gonna murder her, isn't it? It's gonna pull a Monster House situation.
Yeah, monster car. Okay, I'll turn you back up now, Aiden. I put you at 25 before.
I'm offended.
You told me I couldn't, so I took that personally.
Just continue.
Okay, but I'm really gonna need your help.
Later that night, Tim is asleep on the couch between Becky and Tom as some terrible movie plays on the TV.
You listen to me, Kris Kringle.
Of course. I was about to say, is it Santa Claus Goes to School? Yeah, it absolutely is. Which means that at this point, it's already like done with its theatrical run. Is out on TV now. So I guess this is a little bit later on to when Black Friday would have taken place.
No one says no to Jacqueline Frost.
Ah, great. Here comes
Jacqueline
another
Frost.
song.
I've got a cold heart and I don't like Christmas dinner.
This is the same music as played for like the opening the opening song of Santa Claus Goes to High School we heard. So the idea that they just had one soundtrack that they had to use for every single song makes it one of the cheapest musicals ever.
Becky motions to Tim's head resting on her shoulder.
Hey, you want to be intimate?
Not
what?
Resting on her shoulder. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
It's awful.
I'll take him upstairs.
Tom tucks Tim into his bed, kisses his forehead, and starts for the door. He stops when Tim props himself up, half awake.
Santa?
He's still here?
Yeah, but she's right about to go home.
Were you intimate?
She doesn't have to.
Get some sleep, bud.
Back in the living room,
Get some rest, Pam. You
Tom
look
finds
tired.
Becky curled up on the couch, trying to make sense of the movie.
Okay, Jacqueline is Jack Frost's teenage daughter, but
Oh, I thought it was just a gender bent Jack Frost.
Honestly, me too.
they're Santa in
just like-
disguise. Wouldn't it be better?
I guess we're going by Monster High logic, where everyone's like child sounds like a parody version of the original thing. I guess that's
Yeah,
also
but
Descendants. Now I think about it.
But some of it makes no sense. Like, how did Frankenstein have a daughter? I mean, I guess you can make a daughter, but like, you can't have a biological daughter.
Well,
Frankenstein shouldn't have existed.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In the book, Frankenstein at one point gets blackmailed by the monster to create a bride. I think it's the basic Bride of Frankenstein. But he eventually goes back on it and destroys the bride. But that's because he realizes, oh wait, if I actually make this thing, then that means that they could essentially, become like a whole different, monstrous species or something like that. Which you would think actually no, because they just create like other humans. But that does mean that apparently he would have made them with functioning reproductive organs, and didn't think just to make her sterile, and so decided to rip her apart, and then has.
Just
and then
don't give her eggs. Don't give her a uterus. She can manage without those. It's fine.
Actually, yeah, that would have solved most of the problems that happened for like the last third of the book. Like most of Frankenstein's family would not have died if he hadn't torn apart the bride and been caught by the monster. So yeah, actually, that is a very sensible solution.
Or you could just get like those parts from like a woman who's already gone through menopause. Who's just, you know, it's not like you're regenerating.
Well, I mean, he gets most of the parts from dead people anyway, so there's a
just
very
do
high
like a
probability
really old woman. Get a really old woman's ovaries and stuff. You know, I mean that way she has them, but you know.
Yeah, either that or just. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you'd even have to do that. You just have to remove. I don't know, just like remove the fallopian tubes or any part of the reproductive system to make it not work anymore, and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, since when did you look into Monster High? Well, I remember it being advertised all over the place, and I did watch one episode of it one time, I think, at my nan's house. But other than that, I have not looked into it. But I know
used
the
to
concept.
watch a decent bit. I don't remember anything from it, but I did watch multiple episodes, which I guess speaks to the quality of the show. The fact that I watched multiple episodes and can't tell you a lick about it.
Oh, well, I mean, you did decide to watch multiple episodes, so I guess it did like draw you in at some point.
It was on cable TV. The stuff I was waiting for hadn't turned on yet.
That's why I normally change the channel when that happens, but fair enough.
I was a Nickelodeon only kid, maybe.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that used to be me with Clan, which essentially took a lot of shows from Nickelodeon, so I guess I was kind of the same for a little bit.
Then it wouldn't be so weird when he starts dating Noelle. I know she's 18, but still, I don't like it.
Yeah, but then it would be Son of Santa Goes to High School, and that's like a totally different movie back.
You're right.
So you want to call it a night?
We could. Or I could stay.
If you stay, you'll be here when Tim wakes up, and he'll start thinking of you in a certain way. I don't know if I don't want to put that on you if you're not ready.
Tom, I was with my ex-husband for 15 miserable years. If that time with him taught me anything, it's that I don't want to waste one more second being unhappy.
By the way, this music also played when these two watched this movie the other timeline for Black Friday, and also got intimate right afterwards. While Tom had been shot. But you know details.
I want to be here when Tim wakes up. Every time he wakes up. The question is...
Wait, you want to move in already? Didn't you guys just get together again?
I don't know. Maybe it's the idea of like, you know, being Tim's mom, you know, potentially, and being the wife. That's
just the added bonus there. That's what sealed the deal right there. I get to have a kid without having to go through childbirth. Sign me up.
Listen, I mean, hey, you know, I date someone with a kid. I'd do it.
Yeah, so would I.
I get to become a dad without having to do all that, without having to like adopt a child or do anything. I'm already just a father. Listen, okay? I will become a dad.
Well, taking me a while. If you marry the person, then you become a stepfather, which
exactly
amounts to the same thing.
Yeah.
She touches his face, searches his eyes.
Searches his eyes. I can't see your eyes. Where are your eyes? I just see empty sockets.
Do you want me here?
No. Get out.
I want you right here.
He pats down at his legs. I want you right here.
I don't know you were gonna make that joke.
Obvious joke.
Between passionate kisses, Becky asks,
should we turn off the movie?
Nuh-uh. Let it play.
Let it play. Let it play.
I reckon he doesn't want Tim to hear.
Tom and
I
Becky
wouldn't want to
fall
hear
on
either. That sounds scary.
the
God,
couch and make love to the sounds of Santa Clauses going to high school.
Oh God!
What did I say? What did I tell you? And that also happened in Black Friday, so it was very much expected.
The timelines are converging.
Yeah, it's probably better this time because Tom's have a bullet wound. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if this is an actual Greek myth, but Athena's children come from thoughts they aren't born the regular way. I know reference you're saying that because of Percy Jackson, and that's how they justify having children of Athena in the first place, because Athena's one of the 3 virgin goddesses. I don't recall her ever actually having children in the Greek myths. So I think that was just Rick Rion's excuse as like, oh, okay, yeah, I probably should justify this. I wanted a child of Athena, did not think this one through. Well, maybe he did, but it took 4 books to get the explanation, so you never know. That's probably why it was put in the first season of the show, because Rick Riordan was like, okay, let's just cover this quickly.
You know, that feels like a J.K. Rowling move. I introduced this idea. Oh wait, in the next book. Oh wait, that may hurt the power balancing of the universe. I know. Let's just make up an excuse in the next part of the book.
I'll say Athena. I mean, Athena does have the ability to reproduce seemingly without like actual reproducing, or arguably, because you have
Wouldn't
like
it be
that,
like asexual reproduction?
Well, it's not necessarily because what I'm referencing, right, is because there's that one point where Hephaestus is chasing Athena, tries sexually assaulting her.
Wait, what? Whoa!
It's Greek myth.
Well, I turned it down. I said it was going to happen. I turned it down. You're on 65 now, Aiden.
Yeah, it's Greek myth. Get used to it. Yeah, he tried doing a terrible act to her. Yes. Anyways, because it's Greek myth. Anyways, he failed because Athena's awesome like that. And however, somehow, and I don't think they ever explain how, but somehow Hephaestus does still manage to ejaculate, not necessarily inside of her. Again, he failed, but it does go into like her thigh, and she wipes it off, and out comes a child.
I've read that version too. I've read the version, but also like it drips onto the ground, mixes with the earth as well. So Tank is also a child of Gaia at the same time. I forgot what the child's even called.
Yeah, it's arguable how that kid actually is made biologically. Like what's DNA exactly is it made of?
Maybe it's the idea of, you know, when like a woman will like sleep with 2 people in very quick success, well, in the same session.
I will say
and then the child will be of both of them.
I will say it's
that's heteropaternal superfecundation.
So maybe it's like that, except for it's the 2 women who are.
Yeah, I will say
both
that would be heteromaternal. I think I'm not sure if that's ever been documented, but yeah, a lot of Greek characters actually do have that, because that's why a lot of the Greek heroes will have 2 fathers.
Yeah, it's also similar in the sense that because like if you're like, oh well, arguably it's like the kid of Hephaestus, Athena, and Gaia. That reminds me a lot of, because Heimdall canonically has like 9 moms, and they never explain how. It's just he has 9 moms. It's like what?
Okay.
I think that might be a bit too much detail, but also I'm real curious as to how he has 9 moms.
Well, that's not too much detail at all. That is too little detail. We need answers there.
I mean,
I think we get more detail about like that bedtime moment, but it's also like how.
I mean, maybe him having 9 moms is like through multiple reincarnation.
I don't know if reincarnation is a thing in Norse myths. They can die, but I don't know that reincarnation is a thing.
Because if reincarnation is a thing, like every time you get reincarnated, you go through you technically are rebirthed through a new mom. Therefore, if you get reincarnated 9 times, you would have 9 moms technically.
Yeah. Well, it's also because 9 is just a big number for Norse myths, right? 9 moms, the 9 worlds, the
9 realms.
9 realms, 9 worlds, same thing.
No, they're different words.
They mean the same thing in this context. There's Thor. The way he dies is by taking 9 steps in front of Jormungandr and then dying. I think getting eaten or something. So 9 is just like a consistent number. It's like how Greek myth has 3. Because if you read a lot of Greek mythology, it's a lot of 3s.
Is right with the world.
Until the car ran through the world and be like, "Ain't no one
later-
stealing my husband."
That honestly might be where this is going.
Oh,
if
probably.
Jane ends up being jealous for some reason.
most likely Jane's probably extremely jealous and tries to kill her, and they ultimately have to fight a car, and he has to say goodbye to his wife because he was probably holding onto the car because of sentimental reasons. You know, he's like, "Oh, I really care about it," but ultimately through this whole experience, he has to let go of the car and Jane to that extent, so he can move forward with this new girlfriend.
Moral of the story: ship of Theseus.
Later, in the early morning, Tom stands in Tony Green's body shop, looking down at his fully restored 1986 Fox.
Although
body
Jane's
Mustang.
also kind of a homicidal car. I mean, it tried to kill one of the people working on her.
Yeah.
There she is, just like new. Well, as new as a 33-year-old car can be.
Oh, there you go. 1986, but for 33. That's that tells you what year this is in now.
Hey.
Pretty sure that's 2019.
Tom.
Yeah, I think all these stories have been happening in 2019. To be fair.
Well, the recent ones, yeah, they seem to have been.
Yeah. I'm sorry. She's just so beautiful. I'm sorry she took up so much space in your garage for what?
3.5.
Has it been that long?
Tom's eyes glaze over as he turns back to the car. The car he had since high school, where he last saw Jane.
Listen, Tom. A buddy of mine is a collector of vintage automobiles. He'd give you a good price if you don't want to. Take care of her.
No. She belongs with me. That car meant a lot to Jane,
And Jane's possessing it currently, unbeknownst to me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, to answer your question about the brother Thor Frost Giant, the answer is no to both of those.
Oh, right, there you go. Okay.
I can't imagine losing someone like that. If anything happened to my
He's actually a blood brother of Odin, actually. Fun fact.
I don't know what I'd do. Look, why don't you come inside and,
Thanks, Tony. I'll see you around.
Tom climbs into the car and revs the engine.
Now, Tom.
He waves as Tom speeds off. Not long after, Tom sits behind the wheel with Tim in the passenger seat. The town outside blurs by as they roar through the streets, en route to drop Tim off at school. Tom glances over to find his son staring blankly out the window. Last time Tim rode in this car, things did not end well.
And that's why we're playing Flashbang Jane right now.
Ooh, what if Jane tries to kill him when they're driving in the car? Because that way they're also bound to the car, and they ultimately possess the car with her. So
That's if she knows how the car possession even works, and if that's how it, and if that's not gonna like boot her out or something. Boot her out because car, no, whatever.
You okay?
Yeah.
We got the car back. 1986 Fox Body Mustang. She's a classic. You know, in a few years, if you're really good, this could be your car. What do you think?
I'd rather not be in the car where my mom died. I'm sorry.
This is true. Yeah.
Like, that just seems kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah. Listen, Tim, you were born in this car, right?
Oh,
we
God.
didn't make it to the hospital in time.
I don't know.
Tim goes back to staring blankly as they pull up to Hatchetfield Elementary.
All right. Have a good day at school, huh? I'll pick you up at 4.
I think I'll just take the bus.
He's sad. He doesn't want to be in that car. I wouldn't want to be in that car either. Someone died in here. No.
Beep. The car horn honks itself. Tim runs back, grabbing a paper sack from the back seat.
Still being a mother.
Forgot my lunch. Thanks, Dad.
Tim's off again, leaving Tom to scratch his head. Did he see Tim's lunch and honk the horn? Guess he must have.
He gaslights himself into doing it. Like,
Tom
yeah, I
stops
totally
at a
did that.
You know what? That's like, I was saving this comment for later, but I'll put it on the screen right now. This is from the actual episode. Unlike normal cars that run on gas, the J-Mobile runs on gas lighting. I was going to show that at the very end, but
That is very true.
Light as a corny old pop tune comes on the radio. He smiles.
Ah, Jane loved this song. I, on the other hand...
Wait, this is the... Oh yeah, this is the Show Me Your Hands, like, yeah.
Tom turns the dial to the classic rock station. That's more like
Jane just changes it back. Like, I ain't doing this.
Uh-huh.
Just as the stereo switches itself back to Jane's pop song.
Huh.
Bit Matt's having fun.
The garage door clanks open, and Tom pulls the Mustang into its old parking spot. He turns off the engine and sits there for a moment. He runs his fingers down the side of the steering wheel fondly.
I missed you.
He turns to the passenger seat, this time not talking to the car.
I miss you.
He chokes down the lump in his throat and starts into the house.
The engine turns on. I miss you too!
As he shuts the garage door and turns out the light.
No, wait, what if they do the radio trick where it's like they're just constantly scrolling through the radio, but like...
I was like Bumblebee?
Yeah, the radio's scrolling so fast, like it just stops on specific words or sounds that ultimately sounds like words, so the car's ultimately talking.
I imagine in reality you would have to, you'd have to like, just hope that you find the right station, or you have to like listen to all the words on a radio at the same time, just like constantly flick through them.
Or you can just like get like the like ghost hunting
too. Just have to go. Anyway.
You can also just get like ghost hunting stuff. I forget the actual name of it, but like that thing where you get, like
There's like several different things, but maybe.
Yeah, but
if he knows,
it's
if
like,
he knows it's a ghost, then yeah, he might do that.
Yeah, it's just like a radio, but it like goes through different frequencies, and so that's like how people get like the classic like hearing a ghost speak.
Yeah, of course, all subtitled, so people believe there's actual words there in the video production. Yeah.
Oh my god, guys, did you just hear it said mama? That's what it said, guys, trust me.
Here, let's play it back so you guys can make sure you heard it that way.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that one Ben 10 Maiden Falls toy that says Green Needle? That's definitely what it said.
Yeah.
He whirls around, but there's no one there. Just the clutter and the cobwebs and the car. The next day, Tom tears through the selection at a local bookshop. Worried he might be hearing things, he's just looking for a few basic answers. He's flipping through pages when he's interrupted by a bright, smiling face.
Hey, stranger. Fancy meeting you here.
Ah, hey, Beck.
I was just picking up some books for the kids at the hospital. Ours are getting a little...
She's so sweet. Please don't murder her.
She reminds me a lot.
Sweet.
She reminds me a lot of like, I think one of, I'm not super into the comics again, forgive me. She reminds me a lot of Swamp Thing's girlfriend during like, I want to say the 80s. And where she was like a teacher for autistic children. And so that was just a thing there. And her boyfriend, not Swamp Thing, but like her like actual boyfriend, was generally disapproving of it.
Hold on, she was cheating on Swamp Thing with like this other guy or something?
No. She was with a guy in the Swamp Thing comics.
Yeah.
And she was a teacher for autistic kids, and her boyfriend really just didn't like it because the boyfriend thought that her care for the kids sucked up too much sexy time.
What?
So that wasn't a very healthy relationship. It didn't last very long, I don't think. And then I think she hooked up with Swamp Thing. That last bit, I'm unsure about. I know she was at least friends with Swamp Thing.
How do you hook up with Swamp Thing? He's a bunch of vines.
Well, he's still sentient.
Well,
Yeah, he's
maybe
sentient, but he's
maybe
a bunch
they're
of vines. He's not.
okay.
He doesn't have
Maybe
any flesh anymore.
look. Okay, Aiden. Maybe their relationship was not a physical one. That happens sometimes.
Well, okay.
Yeah, she had a physical relationship with her boyfriend. I think she could have just been romantic with Swamp Thing. Like they don't necessarily have to have sex.
Yeah, but that makes it kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest.
I disagree.
Depends
I
on
think
the person.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I would like sex in a relationship, but like that's not the reason I hooked up with someone.
I know.
Like
same boat for me. Yeah.
Nothing.
What, Jacob has had sex?
That's not what I said, and that's not what BB said. Therefore, not the response that I would have given there. I don't know
also,
where
I'm
you
not
got that
sure why
impression.
that's what you're latching onto.
Listen, I just
he's
think
an adult man. What do you like? What?
Listen,
Who cares?
listen. This man, I just have a hard time imagining in that scenario. Gotta be honest.
Maybe that's because he doesn't tell everyone about it from the moon and back, Aiden. You ever heard that?
Also, no one's asking you to imagine me in that scenario, okay?
Yeah.
Neurology for dummies. You're not a dummy, Tom.
Yeah, I know. I've just been doing a little bit of research. I'm wondering how exactly flashbacks work. You know, if a familiar place or a thing or.
Well, let me tell you how flashbacks work.
Oh, she's totally just gonna be like, oh, so do we need to see a psychologist? They might be able to help you out a little bit better.
Yeah, that's very true. They probably read Neurology for Not Dummies. That's true.
Well, I think what I'm saying is because like she use it as like a back. Yeah, I misspoke there. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think what I'm saying is like you don't know what you're saying?
No, what she's saying I think is that she's just gonna like use it as a back door for him to like get like some psychological help for like a PTSD diagnosis or something.
No, I knew what you were implying. I was adding to the neurology thing as an extra layer to the joke, not saying that was why I thought you were going with that.
Could trigger auditory hallucinations. I mean, Shane's a psychiatrist. I could ask her.
Oh.
I mean, I wish I could ask her.
Oh my god.
You're thinking about Jane? Is this because of the other night?
No,
no, it's because I got the car
probably
back.
It's probably because he's also still grieving, and he probably will think about her for some time every day. Kind of comes with the territory.
Really hard to understand. Certainly not for dummies.
All right. Well, I don't know what your plans are tonight, but you and Tim are up for it. I was thinking about coming over after work. We could get some takeout, play a few board games.
Tonight's no good, Beck. I just got the Mustang back. So.
He points to the car.
Oh god, I know I'm not Beth.
What difference does that make?
I know I'm not Beth, but I personally got my feelings hurt for her there for a second. I'm sure she'll brush it off, or at least pretend like she'll brush it off. But admittedly, like
that's a terrible excuse. Yeah.
Like being with a partner and like wanting to really be like a mother figure there as well, and it's like, hey, I want to come home early. You know, we can have some nice family time. We can eat cheap, gross food. We can have some laughs for until
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, Becky doesn't need like a super like nightmarish fate. She already lived through hers. The nightmare already came for her, and it's arguably still a little bit here.
And now it's just like getting the response, oh, tonight's no good. It's like, oh yeah, sure, okay.
Well,
maybe
tonight's
next
no
time.
good that's a good on its own. You know, is not the worst thing. Add the excuse of the Mustang being back as the reason why it's no good, and suddenly that comes across as you're being avoided.
I mean, sure, but like her, and plus, I'm sure she's not dumb. I'm sure she fully believes that like he's in a rough place right now, is also trying to help him out a little bit, and so it's also like I don't know. In her point of view, I feel like I would still have my feelings a little bit hurt because it's like, well,
I'm not saying that you wouldn't. We're all agreeing. We're all saying the same things here.
Oh, are we?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh.
Remember the Mustang? It's the same one from high school, right? I love that back seat again.
Oh.
There are people
I'll say, by the way,
around.
my stepdad has a Mustang. Just throw it out there. It's red.
Oh. Nice. Or maybe not nice. I don't know.
No, it is. He wanted it for years, and then he got it. There was one period of time where he threw a tantrum and almost sold it because he's prone to doing things like that.
Oh.
Okay.
He was texting my mom one day, and you're not supposed to text and drive, and he bumped into a curb, and he had to get it fixed.
So he almost sold it as a result of the tantrum from that?
Yes.
Okay.
Was I being
Yeah, he does still have it, but there was a period of time where he was genuinely like, it was never worth it. Yeah, I never wanted it anyways. Like, sure, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got 2 cars now, so I gotta clean out the garage so that they both fit.
Oh, I get.
Okay, see, that makes more sense.
That's the actual reason. The other one is I got a Mustang. I got my Mustang back. Okay.
Yeah.
What about it? What about
It's like the recent Solid JJ video where Superman, after Lois says, "I want kids," Superman just goes, "Well, there's a fire in the Atlantic. I've got to go." It's like,
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
Wait, Clark Kent, come back here.
Oh, that Batman bit in there was so good.
Yeah, I think my favorite part is the fire in the Atlantic joke, but my second favorite is the Batman one. Yeah.
Mine was Batman, just because their line delivery switched to so much like honest, like, yeah, we can agree. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know why I said that. Probably tell me it's Robin.
Bunch of shit in there, Becky. You don't want to go through all that shit.
Okay. Well, maybe we.
I don't think she would mind. I don't think she really cares to go through all
No.
of that. Listen.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
Tom pulls back into the garage. He sits behind the wheel.
The car is going to be upset, you spaghetti. It's going to be like, I will say,
I've been thinking
I'm
that
trying
since,
to be
like,
a
the
mom. I'm
beginning.
trying to be a wife. How dare.
Yeah, I've been thinking that since the beginning. I definitely do think the car is going to become the villain just out of like sheer jealousy of Becky.
For Tim. Helps him.
the twist would be if Becky finds out about this and becomes the villain. It's like, oh, nope, sorry.
Oh, Becky becomes jealous of the car.
We know that she can be scary when she wants to. Well, not when she wants to be. That was like a possession by Wiggly, but still happened.
With his homework.
I don't know.
I would agree that she can still be scary when she wants to be. She murdered her husband.
That is also true. Yeah,
he had it
she,
coming, but
she knows what the femoral artery is. She knows what the femoral artery is.
No,
That's
but
true.
here's the thing. Okay, so the actor just now, the way some of her acting was, and the way she kind of just looked in the camera, gave me vibes of where like she could stare at you with a blank smile with eyes that have nothing behind them if she really wanted to constantly.
She did.
Like, listen, she
to
could,
her husband.
She go.
Yeah, I think
psychotic.
she probably trained. Yeah, she probably trained that expression to bear with her husband. Yeah, that's true.
He lies awake in bed for hours. He remembers Becky's face, Pizza Pete's, Tim's laugh, that night. Jane. He can't go on like this.
Interesting. If I say one more time.
He gets out of bed, looks in the mirror.
He goes to the car.
Tom,
hello, car. You're the last thing of Jane's. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Right? I mean, why is this man trying to kiss me right now? Look at him.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Look at him. He's going in for a smooch.
That's a little bit of an unfortunate frame. He's talking to himself in the mirror.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Oh.
He goes through the house,
He's
collecting
like,
Jane's things.
Oh, Jane not gonna like that.
Keepsakes. A bottle opener from the birdhouse. He puts it all into boxes and carries them into the garage.
He don't need no Jane.
He pulls out his phone and takes a deep breath. He dials an old friend. It goes to voicemail.
Hey, Tony. Hey, it's Tom Houston. I was just thinking about what you said. Just curious how much your buddy would pay for the Mustang. Yeah, give me a call back whenever you like.
Do not call in front of Jane. Jane will hear.
Sighs.
Oh yes, it's just gonna. Oh wait, I was gonna say I was gonna come in through like the car radio, but then I realized it's a 1986 Mustang. It's not gonna have that feature, is it? Never mind.
Yeah.
And starts inside. Until...
I thought you missed me, Tom.
Oh. Gosh.
Man, he's
No.
got a very intense expression with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there?
Have you forgotten my voice already?
It's just the car behind her.
Stop gaslighting! Stop manipulating! Ugh!
That is actually a thing that can happen, by the way. When you lose someone, you do raise the
Yeah,
possibility of getting their voice.
I know, but still, it's not the point. How dare you?
Thousands of times did I whisper your name. Tom.
Oh,
he realizes where the voice is coming from.
it's the car. No, imagine she was off screen saying all that, and you just have the car image in the corner.
she's a ventriloquist and has been like tricking everyone this whole time.
Voice it is.
Jane. But you're dead.
The car's headlights flash. The horn honks.
Wrong.
Don't use the D word.
I'm not dead, Tom.
You are dead.
Car.
You are dead, though. You are dead, though. You're dead possessing a car. You're dead.
Hello, what are we doing for today? Well, probably not. It seems
You're
like
supposed to be dead.
yeah, Aiden's losing it.
I was trying to be subtle, to give you your space. I know you startle easily.
She feels like she's manipulating.
Really, Tom? Sell the Mustang? Is nothing sacred to you?
Oh my gosh, he is gaslighting.
That's not gaslighting. That's
Or
just
manipulating.
yeah.
Whatever.
I know you're shocked. So am I. I honestly can't even believe that you would consider selling the car in which...
That's really not the point of right now. That he's more shocked to the fact that you're back.
I didn't think you were
Also,
there.
what a great facial expression.
It's just like
with those lips, I'm just thinking of like the mouths from the beginning.
maybe wait. What if she was the actor doing that? What if she was the actor and all of that? Just painted herself green with a green screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Driven to the hospital to give birth to our son.
I was kidding about that earlier, but there you go. Like,
I wasn't gonna sell the car. I was just curious what the guy was willing to pay.
kind of seems pointless to inquire about that if you're not planning to sell, but sure, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a price tag on all of those memories.
Oh my
On our life together, on me.
You're
just
being
gonna
a bitch.
He literally
You
did
know
not
what? I
know
want
you
to
were
sell
there
you
until just
now. You know what?
That
I
is
want
true,
to
yeah.
sell you now. I want you to be sold now, okay? Listen, if you weren't being such a bitch, I wouldn't want to sell you now. Listen.
But also, BB is right. He didn't know she was there until like after the phone call.
Me in the garage with all the other shit. I've been gone for what? A year?
Where else are you
Wait,
gonna put a car?
What? Put you in the house? Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot to park you in our living room. You know.
She might be talking about like the things that he just like compiled together.
Year and a half? And look at how much shit has built up in here.
How is this possible? How are you a car?
Really?
That has the same
Yes,
question as
it's
Woody.
a genuine question. How are you a car?
You're a toy, Buzz.
And you're a sad, strange man. Yeah.
Seriously asking me that question? You don't pay attention to anything, do you? No wonder we crashed.
Whoa.
Think, Tom, what were we listening to that night?
What, the soundtrack of Knight Rider? How is this relevant?
Radio?
You remember the tapes?
What did Tinky Winky give them?
I think it might have been the
after
same
school?
tapes that were playing when Lex was fixing the car. Maybe they were still playing because it stopped halfway through.
We had just left your parents' house. Tim was asleep in the back seat. I put on a tape. The audio diary of one of my patients. He was a professor of literature. Years ago,
he had discovered some sort of spell book, and he claimed that it was the cause for his complete mental breakdown. And I was reviewing his old notes, and he recorded himself reading some sort of...
Is the doctor... crap, what's that doctor from a lot of these things? Doctor...
It's not... I don't think it's Professor Hitchens.
Professor Hitchens. Oh, that would have been such an interesting...
I think he was a biologist, actually.
I will say, this gives me the vibes of something that's going to be brought back in a later thing. Because, like,
it's going to be delved into here, but maybe also brought back later.
Well, it's because, like, I don't know, knowing how Hatchetfield's operated so far, just randomly dropping, like, his profession is weird. Like, that feels like something we should remember and keep in mind for later.
I think it's more or less giving the man more... It's probably also giving the man just more credibility. You know?
Yeah, but it's just weird. Like, it's not... Like, it feels like they're saying, hey, he was this, by the way. Remember this whenever this one-liner comes back and you see him again.
Although I will say the concept of like a incantation tying your soul to an object, binding you like that, it's a pretty cool concept. You know, it's been used in quite a few things, but it's a pretty cool concept.
Oh, well, we found a magic system Aiden approves of. Miracle.
Well, it's not a full-on magic.
Yeah, hey, he
system.
doesn't approve of miracles, okay?
It's an element. It's an element of a magic system, and I think it's cool. You know, technically, that makes sense.
Part of a ritual of soul transference. And, well, I guess the ritual worked.
Wow.
When the car hit us.
Your soul transferred into the...
Why would you want to be trapped in a car?
She didn't want to be trapped into a car. She was trapped into a car because of the incantation. She didn't know that was going to happen. She was reviewing the notes.
Yes, Tom. For better or for worse, I'm a car now.
For worse, definitely for worse.
For better or for worse, I'm a car now. Oh, God. Ugh.
Beep, beep.
It's been a very lonely, painful existence.
That's true, because you were shattered almost immediately. Tom did actually go through the effort of getting all the parts back, so at least you should appreciate that.
But wait, question, would that mean all those parts that they changed out or like swapped out, all that, like any metal they swapped out?
So, first of all, I referenced the ship of Theseus twice, and now you bring this up. Second of all, they said at the beginning that Tom painstakingly tracked down all of the same parts from the Mustang to the point where he could have afforded to buy a whole different one with the money he spent putting that all back together. That's why I referenced the ship of Theseus before.
To get fixed and come home. And that girl called me a junk heap, and I want a new stereo.
Oh, dang. How do I know? Wait, how do I know you're not actually technically possessing the stereo? Because that's where, like, what if you're actually possessing
that's
the
what
stereo?
happened in American Dad, actually. That's true.
You take out the stereo, and that's the only thing you're actually possessing. But since the stereo is hooked up to the car, you're possessing the car. So
there's a strong possibility. But in all likelihood, she's probably in the engine because that's where it makes everything work. But that's like the brain, I suppose. But yeah,
that kind of operates in a similar sense. In funny enough, actually, FNAF. There's
of course.
Yeah, there's a recurring character in the Fazbear's Fright series called the Stitch Wraith. And this is one of the first big instances of multiple spirits possessing the same body, at least confirmed in the franchise. And the reason for that is because it was a body created by a mad scientist named Phineas Taggart or whatever. It doesn't really matter right now. But he believed that possession... He had theories about possession and stuff, essentially. And he had grabbed a bunch of supposedly possessed items and just shoved them all onto the same vessel to see what would happen.
So there's like tons of spirits possessing one object?
2 to 3 in that one, yes. But it wasn't the full object though, you know? So it was just like aspects of a certain thing. Like it was maybe like a
chair.
Yeah, it was like a voice box or something, maybe from like the Fetch animatronic or whatever. Doesn't really matter, but it's a similar concept of like it's not possessing the whole body of it, but just like a certain part of it.
come on, everyone, we're going to McDonald's. I don't want McDonald's. The legs like, stop functioning. I said we're going to McDonald's, and we are going to get...
It's funny, actually. That is almost exactly how it works. So, because in the Stitch Wraith, one of the kids in the body has vision, and the other has movement.
Yeah.
So they each just control certain aspects, and so if they just disagree or something, nothing's gonna work.
I remember an old story of do I remember what it's called? There was these two men, one of them who couldn't see, one who couldn't walk, and the whole moral was that they, they just one gives them a piggyback ride, and they just and guides them, and that's like the end of the story. That's basically it. Became a whole thing for some reason. That's why I don't remember the name of it. That's like beginning, middle, and end right there.
You're home. I thought I lost you. But you're home. Oh, this is a miracle, baby. I gotta go tell Tim.
No, don't you dare.
What? Why not?
Because you're gonna be crazy? Hey, your mom's possessing a car currently.
I mean, he could just take Tim to the car and then she could talk to him in theory, but we're gonna find out why that doesn't work in a second.
First, Tim is told I'm dead, and now you want to tell him I'm a car?
Well, Tom was told that you're dead and witnessed it happen, as did Tim, and he just found out that you just told him you're a car. I know Tim is 10, but at the same time, he still be better for him.
In her defense, it probably was to avoid being sold. Because like she revealed herself after the idea of her being sold got brought up.
In her defense, she tried to In her defense, she risked traumatizing her husband just so she wouldn't have to be sold. Great, that worked. That's so much.
Well, okay, if she gets sold,
this is a good defense.
If she gets sold, she'll never see him again, and he'll never see her again.
Right.
She'll not get to be a mom again.
So I can't tell Tim his mom's alive?
You can't tell anyone. Can you imagine what people would say if they found out I was a car?
Then just tell Tim and nobody else. No one else has to find out about that.
Oh, look at the sentient car. They would put me on display in some sort of traveling auto show, and I have...
Oh no, what's the paycheck for that one again?
Will I get $1 million? Because maybe I'll do it. I mean, you're kind of a jerk, and
She just like it instantly goes into like 5th gear, just like zooms into the wall with Tom in it.
Hold on, so I'm supposed to keep this a secret for my whole life?
Calm down, Tom.
Yeah.
I have a plan, but...
I thought, for some reason...
Oh my god, wait, no, she's gonna try to take over the girlfriend's body. That's what she wants.
I thought for a second she was gonna be like, hey, don't worry, Tom. I spoke with the Lords in Black. Your life isn't gonna be going on for that much longer. You just have to hold on a couple more months, okay?
She asked the Lords in Black about Tom's lifespan?
Yeah, just like, hey, how long is he keeping the secret?
Okay, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The narrative will do one of two things. One, she will try to transfer her soul into the girlfriend's body, right?
Yeah.
She will try, so then she can take on that role. Or B, she will try to get Tom to either become a part of the car or a part of something in the car
hive mind,
so they could be together forever. Either way, none of it's looking good.
Tom's the one with the vision.
Here, get inside me. Let's go for
a drive. Oh my god.
The sun comes up over.
Aiden, you know exactly what she meant by that.
No, I'm scared. He's gonna get murdered by her in a car form.
Why would she want that?
They'll be together forever.
To fuse, so they're together in the same body for eternity.
And meanwhile, Tim goes into presumably foster care.
It's fine. Maybe Tim will find the Mustang and they'll be like, hey, get inside.
Get inside.
Oh yeah, just before Child Protective Services comes for him. It's like, oh yeah, let me just check the Mustang for no reason right before the car that I already don't like being inside. Yeah.
Tim will hop in and the car's just gonna drive into the CPS people.
We will protect you. We'll protect you, Tim, forever. Locks the doors. but I want to get out. No, you're here forever. Room. They just go to a drive-thru. Now, Tim, order food, or you're not going to eat for like a week. And he's like,
and Tim orders, and they realize that Tenny orders driving a car, and so they're like, "What is happening here?" Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Well, okay, no, hold on. If Tim knows anything about disorders, maybe he can. Some might actually argue this is ableist, but maybe he could argue that he has dwarfism.
I mean, yeah, or
I thought I could say that condition where he like looks and sounds younger. Because people with dwarfism don't just they literally look
like
younger
adults.
necessarily.
Well, maybe he also knows ASL or something, so his voice doesn't have to reveal anything.
Okay, they just don't question his baby face. Okay, sure.
Well, yeah, that one we're just hoping they don't notice.
There is actually a condition where people do age much more slowly. I don't know what it's called, but that is the thing that can happen sometimes. You can just claim that.
Downtown, where people
much easier
in and out of coffee shops, clothing stores, and offices.
All right, Tom. Shh. Take it slow up here. Onto Main Street. Slow down. Let's just cruise.
I love the idea that she has to like guide him, even though she can very much go on autopilot. She is Kit. I feel like she doesn't need anyway.
This woman scares me.
She's like, yeah, just take it easy, just chill, bro.
All these people.
No, that's a different musical.
Oh my god, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to possess one of them.
Look at these women. You see them, Tom?
Yes.
I'm looking at the road. I'm trying not to crash again, Jane.
Do you find any of them attractive?
Who cares? Are you going to guide him or not?
No, she's looking for who to kill.
I guess that would make sense. A body that Tom finds attractive becomes her vessel. Yeah, that tracks. And she doesn't really know about Becky yet, so I think that is where they might be going. It's probably right. Becky is going to be the intended target.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's try the beach.
And this is just so she hasn't told him the plan because I guess she knows he wouldn't.
It's obvious. Anyone with any context clues knows where this is going.
I do like the fact that she's clearly trying to feel him out and see what to get. And then he thinks that she's going to be angry with him if he finds out that he finds other women attractive. So he's not saying a word. And it's just not helping anybody.
That afternoon, Tom and Jane are parked by the beach near Starry Cove, watching people sunbathe and play volleyball. One
creepy.
woman catches Jane's attention.
Okay, there. See her in the pink bikini?
I love how Jaime Lyn Beatty is pointing, even though Jane would not have any fingers.
What do you think of her, huh?
I don't know.
She just turns on the turn signal to direct them in that general direction. Tick.
Maybe.
This isn't rocket science. Is she your type?
No.
Well, why not?
Because she's not you.
Oh, bullshit. Okay.
Well, listen, my body's already decayed, okay? I can't hop back at that thing.
That's not...
It's probably true, though.
Well, yeah, it's been a year and a half. It is absolutely true.
No, it's been 8 years. Or 7 years. I think it's been several years.
She said she's been gone for a year and a half.
Oh, never mind then. I thought it was a lot
Where did you get 7 or 8 from?
I thought I heard 7 or 8.
Okay, so what was that? The guy from the repair shop, he said 8.5, I think, which may have been like the month the Mustang was there. It wasn't in reference to the years that have passed. That's what Aiden's remembering.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, wait, I thought it's been like 8 years.
Tim would have been 1.5 at the time of the accident.
He just has superhuman memory.
Upset with you. I just want to know which of these women you could see yourself sleeping with.
Hey, Jane, I can't do this. I'm at the beach, sitting in my car, looking at all these women. I feel like a creep.
Well, do you want to go to the mall and look at women there?
I don't want to creep on anyone. That's the point.
Her saying that reminds me a lot of like green eggs and ham for some reason.
Oh yeah, actually, I know exactly what you mean.
Would you eat it in a boat? Would you eat it in a coat? Like, no. None of the above.
I would not, could not at the mall. I could not, would not, any time at all.
Alright. I'll make this easy for you. Okay. Look at the one with the clipboard. Asking for...
Oh, okay. Now I see what's going on. Greenpeace Girl, because remember the soundtrack, that's La Di Da Day that starts to play. Greenpeace Girl, of course, played by Mariah Rose Faith, who also plays Becky. Perhaps Greenpeace Girl was Becky the whole time.
Donations.
Tom surveys the boardwalk and spots the woman Jane's referring to.
Oh, never mind. It wasn't her. I just just messed that up entirely. Never mind.
You mean that Greenpeace girl?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start. I find her very attractive.
Yeah, she's totally.
This is a smart approach though. At this point, she's figured out he's not gonna willingly say it, so now she's like, I think she's attractive. What do you think?
Yeah, either that or Jane was bi the whole time.
She cares about the environment.
Okay, question: if you're gonna possess her, though, what does it matter what she cares about or what she does?
No, but she hasn't told Tom that's the plan.
Also, if Tom's whole thing is that like he's not looking at them for like their bodies and all that, and like he's only really into Jane for Jane, maybe her approach is like, see all these wonderful attributes she has? Don't you want to hook up with that?
Because that's the only thing that she has right now is the idea of the physicality. She's obviously got the personality that Tom would go for because he married her. She wants to have the body again because that's what's gonna seal the deal, so to speak, in her mind.
Yeah, she just wanted to get Tom to feel safe enough to openly admit to his dead wife. Yeah, no, man, that's a sexy woman.
Like her. I'm feeling her whole earthy vibe. Huh?
Earthy. She looks like she's wearing a muumuu.
Maybe she is.
I mean, she's pretty. Is that what you want from me?
So, we're in agreement. Huh?
Yeah. I guess we are in agreement. Sure, she's very pretty.
Jane is like that one friend who's desperate to play wingman to you, but has no idea what your type is and spends like the whole night trying to figure it out.
Is there anyone else you prefer over her?
But I guess not.
Not really.
Okay, good.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, also Tom wasn't mentioned that he's seeing someone, so
Okay, so what's your point here?
We're just gonna run her over, nice and slow, while I'm saying some words.
Yeah, probably gonna be in a more secluded area. Well, I see. Yeah, so they're probably gonna like approach and he's gonna try and start the ritual. Yeah.
Back to the Greenpeace girl. After being ignored by passers-by for hours, she throws up her arms.
Oh, she's giving up. No charity here.
Oh, poor thing. Only if we could help her out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Do you wanna save the planet?
I wonder if Jane thought about all the extra baggage that it comes with taking a body, right?
Wait a minute.
Because like people are going to be wondering where you are, and then they're going to see you in that body, and they're going to know that's you, even though it's really not. And so now you need to know like all your the body's information.
True, that is. If you're going to possess someone, you got to know the most amount about them possible.
But, just to pull off the illusion.
But also, by the way, look at her background. Look at the Greenpeace's girl's background.
That looks like the tunnel from Coraline.
That is the tunnel for Coraline. I saw that. I was like, wait, is that the tunnel from Coraline? I guess she's going to the other world. Okay, she's gonna.
Well, I mean, having a wormhole in a Hatchetfield thing is very on brand, I would say.
If it is meant to be a wormhole in this case, that's not what the tunnel was originally.
Follow her.
Okay.
The engine purrs as Tom follows.
Why does she need Tom to do it? She was clearly able to go from park to drive before. She must have some autonomy over the car.
The Greenpeace girl into an empty street between the beach.
This
maybe
is great,
maybe she's feeling out how much control she still has over him.
Just even. Oh, for him. Okay, fine.
No, shh, hang back a little, Tom. Oh, she looked back at us. Yeah, don't worry.
Well, yeah, she's probably noticed she's being followed. Obviously, she looked back.
You're stalking this poor woman. She just wants to save the environment. God.
Exactly.
Now she's gonna look for a cop to save her.
Yeah, she wants to save the environment and she's going to be stuck in a machine that actively pollutes the atmosphere.
Oh, that would be ironic just to fate.
Dude, if she still has sentience inside of that body, the second electric cars come out, she's gonna be like, please, anything.
Please, I'll possess this instead.
Be here. I'm just a car, rolling along, going where I need to go. I'm not following you, no.
What?
Reasons I could be driving this
She's
slow.
so
I'm looking for a place to park or a specific address. All right.
Or a new body.
Everyone's like,
Possess.
speed up. Close the distance.
No.
Step on it.
Oh, be like, girl, I
Tom
don't want
gives
her
it
to.
Gas, the engine growls. Greenpeace girl turns back. Her eyes go wide and she starts to flee the approaching Mustang.
I would run. I would run as soon as someone starts following me. I'm like, I'm booking it. You have fun with that.
Also, if I were Jay, I would just pick somebody else at some point. You know, oh no, she figured us out. Okay, let's just let's go back to the mall, to the beach, wherever we were originally, and we'll just we'll start again.
She sees us. Quick, Tom, now.
Now what?
Run her over.
What?
Hit her.
Okay, I guess she doesn't have to get close to say the ritual. She just wants, I guess it requires the person to die in that way, which is an interesting idea because...
here's the thing. If the person dies or gets mangled,
then it transfer over, so you're inside that other body,
yeah. Her legs are, flattened, her multiple ribs are broken, her shoulder is dislocated, she's bleeding all over. Yeah, no, this corpse will totally work as my new body.
Hey, Tom, what do you think of this? Get on in here, baby.
I just feel like...
Wasn't this hunt for a new body worth it? Take off my pants, Tom.
God, it gives me vibes.
They are already off. Your legs are all the way over there. Yeah, they flew off
when I was watching Winona Earp, I think it was season 2. There's these two brides called the Brides in Black, and then basically ended up taking body parts from people. But as the season went on, one of them literally started rotting and had fungus growing out of her head.
Only one of them.
Yeah, I think the other one got damaged because of fights.
Okay.
Her, she started rotting. It's oh yeah, this is what happens when we try using other people's bodies. Our bodies aren't meant to last after a while. Our bodies kind of start to fall apart.
Yeah, that surprisingly that goes against the what happens in Frankenstein. The monster actually ends up being more durable than humans.
Tom, she's running. Hit her quick before she gets away.
No.
Tom swerves to the side, narrowly missing the Greenpeace girl. He slams on the brakes as she runs for dear life. She rounds the corner. Gone.
Damn it, Tom.
No, I'm not gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill someone for you.
Yeah.
It took us all day to settle on her.
Why, Janie? Why did you want me to hit her?
How else am I supposed to get a new body?
What?
Contact the professor of literature, see if there's a way around that. I don't know.
How did Tom not figure this out yet?
Because he probably didn't imagine his wife would go to such extremes.
Although here's the thing. Even if they talk to that professor, but she does. I'm pretty sure even she knows her body isn't around anymore. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe there's a way there's more elaboration on the ritual she didn't get to listen to where she can either get that back or, manifest some sort of new body. There could be a way around that. She
manifesting a body is a whole thing.
So is car possession.
Yeah, but you're just knocking someone out of their body just so you could take on their body. It's a simple trade. versus manifesting full-on flesh, full-on blood, full-on a heartbeat.
Okay, which one would you prefer
It's,
doing on an ethical level, Aiden?
On an ethical level, yeah, but on a realistic level, you probably can't just manifest a body.
What do you mean?
Oh,
We're
yeah,
just doing
sure.
a bit of vroom. The vehicle's just a little bit different.
Let's be realistic here. Meanwhile I'm in a sentient car, having had my soul transferred there after I supposedly died it.
Think about it, Tom. Last time the spell was read, my soul went into the car.
So what, you wanna be a body snatcher and snatch a bunch of bodies constantly?
Not a bunch of bodies, one body, one time.
To the transfer ritual.
I don't know. Everyone says that, and they get their first real possession, and then they just
they get the taste for it. It's like Ginyu from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, but anyways, I gotta go now. Unfortunately, someone's came up.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that body of yours.
But listen, I think I predicted this story exactly. Okay.
I think you did too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've all been agreeing with you this whole time.
Yes. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.
All right. Anyways.
I need to put my soul into a new body. What? You thought we were just scoping out chicks for fun?
Jane, you're talking about killing somebody.
No. I just wanted
You did say run her over.
to give the body and the spirit a shock. Just loosen the bond a little bit so my soul can slide in and...
She was already shocked. She was fleeing for her life. Was that not shocked enough for you?
Apparently not on a spiritual level.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's why she tried this out with Ethan earlier. She wasn't like actually that angry. She just wanted to be she just wanted to test out to see like how his soul would react. And Ethan, being the brick wall that he is, just did not respond accordingly and started comforting Lex instead.
push her out.
I don't want your soul in some body of a random woman I don't even know. But that's weird.
I'm sorry, okay. I'm sorry, Tom. I completely forgot to consider your feelings in all of this.
Yeah, what a terrible wife you are. Marriage is about communication. You're a team.
You're right. I'll just stay a car forever. I'll drink gasoline and go in every 6 months to let some strange men change my oil.
All right. If this is what it takes to bring you...
Is that all it took to convince him? Just like the mild inconvenience of like drinking gas. I just not mild inconvenience to be a car, but like the example that she gave is like, oh, okay, well, that's what does it, I suppose. I'm sure I can just, dispossess a human soul from its corporeal essence. Yeah, why not?
You back. I'll do it. I mean, I have to. But can it be someone who deserves it? What about Linda Monroe?
What? Do you find her attractive?
You know what? No, let's sleep on it. It's late. I'll drive us home.
Oh, interesting. He didn't answer. At some point, this actor has played Linda Monroe's husband. Minor spoiler.
I do kind of think it's funny. You go over to like the hottest dictator you can find, and you're like, you can take this body.
Oh, okay.
The sun goes down as...
Oh man, you can be sexy and evil.
That is what people think of young Joseph Stalin, so yeah, I guess that tracks.
Tom turns off the engine and they sit in silence. After a moment, Jane says,
I've been thinking about it, and you know where we could have looked for a body?
Where?
Several places.
You know, the hospital?
Why?
Because they have fresh corpses there. Keep up, Tom. Even I'm on the same page here.
Because isn't that where your old friend works? You know.
Oh, okay, fine. Never mind. I was going different direction than that.
Becky Barnes. Ah. I haven't seen her since,
Yesterday? In the bookstore? Huh?
How did you...
You two looked really friendly.
Oh, well, she's an old friend.
Was Jane there to see that? I don't know.
How? I'm sure she's just manipulating him. I'm sure of it. And I don't even know why I'm entertaining the idea because of how I know this is going. But
Well, sure, she's manipulating him, but at the same time, she must have had that information from somewhere.
well, I know, but like my thought process, right, is like, do the people that you possess have any autonomy still? Are they still in there? Because what you're implying is
She
they
doesn't.
would.
She doesn't really know that. She couldn't really answer if she tried, because obviously she's in a car right now, so the answer in that case would have been no. It's a shame she doesn't know what's going on at CCRP. They could have hooked up with a spare Emma in 100 years.
Oh, that's so true. They could have just given her to an Emma.
They just have like the prototype. It's like the half-made C-3PO from Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
They haven't finished yet.
Hello, I am Jane, human robot something
No, it's
communications. What was it? It was
Hello. I am Emma Perkins. Jane and Tom relations. The crazy thing about this is that Jane was a licensed psychiatrist. So was Harley Quinn. So I guess that's
yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Wait a minute. I just remembered Jaime Lyn Beatty also played Candy, who was the character inspired by Harley Quinn in Holy Musical Batman. She's had practice.
Girlfriend. You know I'm not the jealous type, but I've had a lot of time to think while I was being repaired. And
Also, it's nice to see you again, Abby. I thought for sure you left.
For a long time ago, but is there any part of you, any small part, that was glad I was gone so you could be with her?
Janie, no.
I'm just...
I don't know about glad per se. More so, he just did what healthy people are supposed to do and learn to move on.
Yeah, exactly. He carped the DM and slid into some DMs.
And I'm scared. And I'm a car.
Hey!
I like the idea of like her making crying sounds and then like the fuel tank just starts leaking or something like that.
Oh, hold on, wait, the oil's coming out the wrong hole. Wait, I need you to stop. Hold on, wait, stop. Wait, Jane. You have an idea how high the gas rates are right now? Stop, Jane.
I haven't been dead that long, Tom. Of course I know.
You may be a car, but you're still my wife. Now what can I do?
You've known it was me for a whole day. You haven't even kissed me.
Where? Where would you like to be kissed exactly?
On the hood. I guess that'd be the closest you can get to the face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Janie.
Or no, the hood I guess would be the nose. What you really want to get for like, I don't know.
Go back to that video that Aiden brought up earlier. I think the guy in that video just like kissed like the front bumper or something.
Right, I guess the bumper would have to. Well, I don't know, because at a certain point it questions: is that the mouth or is that the chin?
I'm sure that Jane can figure that out.
Kiss me.
In the Hatchetfield livestream, they did a bracket and they had Car Jane versus Android Emma, and Car Jane won by stealing Android Emma's body. Well, there you are. Yeah, see?
Our AU is real.
Where?
Everywhere.
Tom complies. He starts kissing the car.
I go, well, like in between the wheels with all the ugh, no, not everywhere on a car. Most places that they're the most unsanitary things ever.
Everywhere he can think to. The dashboard, the door handles, the steering wheel.
Tim or Jane has to walk in on this and be like, what is going on?
Is that good?
Yes. Tom, take your shirt off.
Tom, I have sensory nerves apparently in a hunk of metal. Magic, I suppose.
Okay.
He feels her smooth upholstery, her soft seat cushions. He's tender and attentive.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Tom always has the vet. Everyone's like, they cut to the.
This is it. Oh, and look at the top middle.
Did they not get
He's fascinated.
Oh right, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just so intrigued.
Well, everyone is. Look at Mariah
Becky with
the
smile.
Yeah, exactly. Becky with a smile. Lauren being like, "Okay, I'm gonna take my composure." Joey trying to cover up his mouth. James's eyes, and Greenpeace girl again, who's now forgotten. I keep forgetting which one of those is Mariah. It's maybe that one is Mariah. And the other one's I don't even know anymore. Just freaking out inside of the tunnel from Coraline. And Nick is just narrating his heart out. And also, what a frame to pause on Jaime. My goodness, everyone here. I see by now why they zoomed out for this. Every frame of this is a painting, all to itself.
Love to your mom. Make love to your car.
Knock, knock.
How?
What a good line. Make love to your car.
Mm-hmm. Also, knock, knock. Someone is going to catch them.
There's a tapping at the car door. Tom quickly covers himself and rolls down the steam-covered window to find...
Where does the steam come from? In that case, like that happened in Titanic as well. Where is the steam?
Tim.
What caused?
Hey, kiddo.
What are you doing in there, Dad?
Oh, nothing.
Why are the windows all foggy?
That's my question as well. How did that even happen?
Are they?
I heard you get home and you didn't come in. Are you okay, Dad?
Yeah. I feel like $1 million. I really do. The two of us have been
I love that, like, Jane's covering herself too. There's nothing to cover.
through a lot together. Been through a rough patch recently, but I think things are finally starting to turn around. Don't you think so, pal?
I see what you did there. Turn around.
Yeah.
I guess.
Tell you what. Why don't we do something fun this weekend, huh? We'll go to a drive-in movie? As a family? How does that sound? Just 3 of us?
I'd like that.
Yeah, he's gonna think that he means Becky.
I like Miss Becky.
There we go.
The car's rearview mirror cracks. Tom gulps.
Oh, well, looks like we can't drive it right now because it's got to get fixed. It's not road safe anymore. So, well, what a shame that is.
Man, that spiritual energy, man, really just peaked for a second.
Yeah. Did I say 3? I meant 2.
No one could ever replace Mom, but Becky's really
The window fixes itself.
nice. I like when she stays over. She makes really good pancakes.
The tire bursts.
Why don't you, head on in, son?
Oh, okay. Dad, you coming too?
Yeah, I hope so.
That is not the right response.
Yeah.
See.
Okay.
Tim heads inside.
The bumper falls off.
Tom struggles to think of how he's gonna get out of this one.
Hey, Jane, let me explain why Tim is confused. When I said the 3 of us,
Shut up!
the 3 of
Shut up. I want the truth out of you, Tom. What the hell is going on between you and Becky Barnes?
So much for not being the jealous type.
Now? Ever since I found out your car...
Yeah, they're intimate.
I mean, it's over with her.
What's over?
Nothing.
I'm not stupid, Tom. I'm a car. And
So she knows about the bookstore, which presumably, I guess she must have like seen it through like a window or something. But I guess did not put together about. Okay, fine, yeah.
I understand that you thought I was dead. I get that. Given time, I can learn to forgive you in your infidelity. But
Infidelity. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
it's gonna take a lot of work on my end.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Jane.
So I'm gonna need you to do some work as well. And I don't want to hear any whining. Next time I tell you to run a woman over. Are we clear?
That's not a fair price for giving someone for infidelity that didn't even happen in the first place.
Crystal.
You cheated on me after I died. You better kill someone the next time I order it.
Why is that just like a Reddit post? That actually feels like something someone would try and say. It's like, am I the butthole for convincing my husband to commit vehicular manslaughter?
We need to do that. Somebody has to post that and make it completely in character.
So here's the story. I'm dead, right?
Why? Where are we going?
We have fun here.
To Becky's house. You're gonna end this nothing that's been going on behind my back seat.
Just invite her over, honestly. Could perform the ritual that way, so you'd have to like get out of the car or something. You know, whatever.
The moon hangs in the night sky. A cool mist covers the ground. The Mustang's headlights cut through the fog, illuminating the home of Becky Barnes. Tom parks the car. The engine rumbles.
All right. Here we are. Go ahead.
Tom reaches to pull the keys from the ignition.
No. Keep me running. I don't want to get
That's gonna waste fuel.
cold.
But,
I mean, this shouldn't take too long, right? It was nothing after all.
Right.
It depends. It's sort of like involve
Tom
like
knocks
a
on
long
the front
conversation.
door, and Becky answers. A smile.
Hey,
spreading
Becky, are you
across her
okay
face.
with dying today by chance, or?
Have you considered the benefits of death?
There's a lot of
Wow,
insurance you
this
can
is-
get, I bet.
It's a surprise.
Hey,
Not
Beck.
that you would use it because you're dead.
Can we talk inside?
Sure.
She sees the Mustang running nearby.
You know your lights are on, right?
Yeah, come on. Let's talk inside.
Becky leads Tom toward the kitchen.
I was just making dinner. You're more than welcome.
Hey, come over here. Away from the window. She'll see you.
He pulls her into the corner of the room. Confused, she tries to look for someone outside.
Who?
Becky, how do I put this?
Maybe it's the tail end of another one. Tail end cars, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Is that a car
See my
term?
car out there?
Well,
Tail lights?
yeah, she saw it already. Yeah, tail lights. We'll go with that.
Don't look. My wife, Jane, is in my car.
Oh my
She's
god,
gonna think that. She's gonna think that he sees a ghost or something.
Tom.
No, I think she's gonna assume that, like, the body's in there.
Oh well, I mean, it's been a year and a half. If he dug her up, then that's even worse, I guess. Yeah.
Dug up your dead wife?
Okay, fine then.
No! What do you think, I'm crazy? My wife's soul was transferred into a 1986 Fox Body Mustang by some kind of evil magic.
Aiden calls this realistic.
Tom, you're scaring me.
Yeah, there's realism to me.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand
Mm-hmm.
the severity of the situation. I'm scared.
Also, Becky.
Are you frightened?
Also, some of these facial expressions Becky's making kind of remind me of, like, Mary Jane.
It's probably also the hair.
Fair.
Oh wait, no, not Mare. Sorry, you're talking about Jane. Never mind.
Scared too. Not acting like herself. I just spent all day driving around looking at women, trying to find one to run over.
Tears well up in Becky's eyes. He nods, humoring him.
No, I didn't do it. But I might have to. She wants a body. Sooner or later, I'm gonna run somebody over. That's why you have to stay away from me, Becky. Stay far away. As of now, I've had to drive Jane everywhere, but I'm afraid that she's gonna be able to drive herself.
Cars don't drive themselves, Tom.
I know, but Jane, She's tricky sometimes. She just lets me do things that she could probably do better herself. Thinks it helps my self-esteem. It just drives me crazy.
Becky didn't think of the implications. Yeah.
Becky, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you through this. I love you. I always have, and I always will. But I'm married to that car out there. And I gotta go.
Tom heads for the door. Becky tries to stop him.
Tom.
Is there a stream of it's like so is there a compilation somewhere of Nightmare Time out of context? Because there needs to be.
That entire speech could be posted in there.
Exactly.
I don't think you should be driving anywhere. I think you need some help. Let me call my friend at the hospital.
Goodbye, Becky.
He leaves, slamming the door behind him. Back in the car, Tom.
If we start hearing like a do 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 do, the cops are on their way.
Exhales.
There. It's done.
Good job, Tom. Thank you.
Now let's go home.
No, you idiot. She's gonna find out immediately. She wants her body.
Shift into reverse, but the lever won't budge. The engine growls.
Jane, what are you doing?
That's not the only reason we came here, Tom. You see,
Of course it isn't. Turn off the ignition quickly.
I understand you loved me and her. You're a man.
I mean, he picked you twice now, so
Torn between two women. And that's
not really much of a.
I'm going to end that pain, Tom. For both of us.
She just became a yandere.
Beep, beep. The horn honks on its own accord.
I thought that was Aiden for a second.
Well, Aiden will be flattered that you compared him to the Starkid cast member that he sims for the most.
Inside the house, she looks toward the Mustang and starts for it.
Tom? Tom, please don't go anywhere.
See? You don't have to choose. You can have us both. My soul in her body.
Janie!
I mean, that's probably not the reason that he. Anyway.
Don't do this!
The engine roars. The tape deck switches on. From the car speakers, the audio diary of Jane's former patient starts to blare.
I will now read from the ritual of soul transference.
The question is, if he reads from it inside of the audio tape, does that mean that he transferred himself into something as well? Like, is it like a matter of will? Clearly not, because Jane was listening to it and didn't want to be transferred into the car. Did the professor become the audio tape?
Mahunda de Delia.
Jane! No!
The Mustang takes off, barreling.
Was that it? Was that the whole ritual? that was remarkably easy.
In the direction of Becky Barnes. She sees the car headed straight for her.
Tom!
Becky brakes for the house. Realizing she's too far to make it, she turns and runs for the nearby woods instead. The car swerves, kicking up dust as it gives pace.
Just hide behind a tree or something. You're in the woods.
Hey! Stop it! Stop it!
Tom struggles with the steering wheel, but no matter how hard he tries, the Mustang keeps course, careening towards Becky.
Somebody help me!
The car goes off.
Apply the handbrake, you dumb broad.
In desperation, Becky considers climbing a tree, but no, not after what happened last time. She keeps running. Behind her, the car bangs.
That was a reference to like when she had to run from her husband.
Bangs and bounces, thundering over rocks and underbrush. Inside, the tape continues.
Becky, go for the artery.
Okay, so it is happening.
The car.
You know what I would love if like the reveal is that it actually is instead like she ends up, because Tom is technically closer to her, she ends up inside of Tom's body instead.
Hey Becky, I hope you're into women. Or no, I guess that'd be like the equivalent of just being trans, right?
Yes, it would be.
Mustang plows into Becky. She tumbles over it, slamming on the hood, then the roof, then the dirt, as the car continues flying forward, directly into a tree. Crash! Bang! Darkness.
A classic Becky Barnes climbed a tree reference to the best lore given in Nightmare Time.
Silence. Then, a voice.
Miss Barnes? Miss Barnes, can you hear me?
Becky's eyes flutter open. She's in a white room, on a clean...
It's Tom. It's Tom. Imagine if it was Tom. He found her body. Becky was in the car. Jane is inside Tom now.
clean bed, looking up at a police officer.
Oh, hey, the cops did arrive.
Beside her, a heart monitor beeps. She's banged and stitched, but all right.
Show me the hand. Show me the fast hand.
There's been an accident, miss. Miss Barnes, you're in the hospital. Mr. Houston has been taken into custody.
What? Why?
We were on the lookout for the owner of a red 1986 Mustang. He tried to run down Omen at the beach this afternoon. Don't you remember him chasing you with his car?
Yes, I remember.
Well, I'm afraid Tom Houston has suffered a complete mental breakdown.
Doug?
He believes his dead wife's soul was in that car. Is it true that you and he have recently formed a romantic relationship?
Yes.
And long ago as well.
Miss Barnes, who can say what triggers something like this? Guilt? Grief? Maybe the guy just didn't want to be happy.
There's the callback.
Good night, ma'am.
The officer turns to leave. Becky sits up.
Officer, what happened to the car?
Pile of junk went straight to the dump.
Good.
Later,
Very
Becky's released
good.
from the hospital. She breathes in the cool night air, feels the breeze on her skin, and heads for home. Tim is awoken from a restless sleep by the sound of his bedroom door creaking open. He rubs his eyes and calls through the dark.
Dad?
Guess what? You're going to foster care tomorrow. I've got no legal precedent. I'm your mother.
Shh. Sweetie. Dad went away for a while, but don't worry.
The light on Tim's nightstand switches on. Becky sits on the edge of the bed, and Jane smiles.
Mommy's home.
That was a nice attempt with zoom delay.
That's one of those things they probably should have done in post.
Yeah, probably like, just adjust it. Maybe they did. No end song. This is the yeah, there you go, The Witch in the Web. Well, okay then.
The Witch in the Web is the one that we were told is like a big one, right?
We were also told that the last one was a big one too, but maybe this time will be more so. I guess it's always the part 2s. They always keep the best stuff towards the end, which is good for watch hours. But bad for us, because I can't do a 4-hour stream, or a 5-hour one, because we're 2.5 in. So I guess we'll come back to this some other time. Again, it depends. We can do another Nightmare Time next week, maybe, or we can do an old Starkid. I think there's only 5 episodes of Nightmare Time as a whole, but obviously at different parts. So I guess we've made it to the halfway point in that journey. So we could always take a break. Or people can say Witch in the Web. I tell you what, if people made it this far, comment down below if you want some like, old Starkid / Tin Can Bros or Witch in the Web. The more comments I see of each of them, or maybe I'll do like another like comment poll or something. You can just like whichever one gets the most upvotes. Maybe we'll do it that way actually. So yeah, I guess we can debate that. But for now, final thoughts on this one. This one has been described as one of the most uncomfortable of the Nightmare Time experiences. I'm not sure if I would say most uncomfortable. Aiden certainly freaked out way more about this one than any of the others. But at this point, it seems to be just as nightmarish as otherwise indicated. Otherwise hinted. So, but at the same time, it's nice to see Tom and Jane again. I like how we've actually been able to see both Tom and Paul now. What's Tom and Jane again? Jane wasn't there before. Tom and Paul have both had another moment to shine as the story. And it was Paul 23, but it was close enough. I heard the fully uncut version was worse. Oh, it's the one that they like actually streamed. In what way was it worse? That's what I want to know. But okay, maybe that's what people were remembering, I suppose. Clearly, I did not watch these nearly soon enough. Let's say which of Nightmare Time season is the season finale for Nightmare Times 1. Oh, wait. I thought
there was more to season 1.
Yeah. Wait, let me look up a playlist.
Yeah, I know there's 2 seasons, but I thought there was more to 1.
Yeah, hold on.
Unless they mean like as far as scale goes.
Well, that's not what a finale means, so I doubt it.
Well, I mean, if the rest of them are just filler, then I could totally see what that is saying.
Well, what even counts as filler when everything is a different timeline to itself? Oh, okay. No, I see. The Nightmare Time playlist has 7 videos in it. 4 of those videos are Coming Soon, Nightmare Time, New Tales of Terror from Hatchetfield, Nightmare Time theme song, Nightmare Time talkback livestream, Nightmare Time episodes 2 and 3 coming Valentine's Day, all listed after the episodes came out. So they're teasers for things that in the playlist you would have already seen. Kind of a weird choice.
Huh.
Okay, well, I guess that is the season finale. I guess I overestimated how much Nightmare Time content there actually was. So yeah, all right, fine. We'll do this, and then we'll watch.
You know what the irony is? If
what?
if you search up Nightmare Time 2, right? Because I'm seeing how much is in the second season since this is shorter. If you combine all of season 1 and season 2, it's actually 7 episodes.
Ah, okay. All right.
There's
well, I guess, yeah.
4 episodes in season 2. It looks like.
Okay. There's still 14 streams overall, but I mean,
what
I'm not
the
in
fuck
any.
Is Abstinence Camp?
I feel like it's. I think Abstinence Camp is is a thing that exists, but maybe that was
the titles.
I want to say they invented the concept of Abstinence Camp, but I don't think they did. I think that is a thing in the US.
These are strange little titles. You have Honey Queen, that's fine enough. Then you have Perky's Buds and Abstinence Camps. Then you have and Killer Track, and then it ends off with Yellow Jacket.
Okay, I'm guessing this is a quote from the actual Abstinence Camp, so got that to look forward to, I suppose.
Virginity rocks, okay.
All right then. Okay, so fine. We'll finish off Nightmare Time. Okay, so but actually the one thing I was really curious about this episode was actually getting to see what Jane is like, because we haven't seen any version of Jane that exists, because she's always, canonically dead. And I guess the divergence in this timeline was the fact that she happened to be listening to the tape in this version and not the others. So there is that. Not really. I don't know what else to say about this. Justice for Becky Barnes. She always, it's you always feel like worse for Becky than a lot of the other Hatchetfield characters.
Becky just doesn't deserve it.
Well, okay, yeah, sure, but neither do Bill or Charlotte really, or Paul, Emma, like most of them, quite honestly.
Yeah, but a lot of them were negative Nancy's. which doesn't make them deserve it, of course. But like, if we're really gonna weigh these things, I'm just saying Becky is easily the single most innocent out of anybody.
Yeah. Also, I can understand why Tom said that Linda Monroe would deserve to be possessed, because Linda Monroe, of course, is Becky's biggest bully. So, yeah. It once again, much like everything else with Nightmare Time, it all comes together.
If
you can
they
see
have
why I want to
any
show you
sort
this
of
universe.
if the original soul has any sort of remains within the body, even if they're possessed, man, that would be nothing short of hell for Linda, from what we know from Black Friday.
Well, well, I mean, in that case, that's Becky's fate for sure, because unless she's going to get her body back in some sort of sequel, but these things don't tend to get sequels; they tend to get alternate branches.
Yeah, but no, because like Linda's whole thing was control over people. The idea of her being possessed and watching it just happen for the remaining years, dude, she might try to get back control just so she can kill herself.
I suppose. I guess she knows where her own femoral artery is. And that's the last thing to say about that. Okay, so thanks. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Wait,
all right. For all Starkid, I recommend watching Starship as personal favorite, and for Tin Can Bros, I recommend Spies of Forever Solver Squad. I was going to go in chronological order for that.
We've been wanting to do Spies of Forever.
Yeah, well, when I said chronological order, I meant for like the Starkid ones. Spies of Forever, I don't know what the order for Tin Can Bros is. Bros. Haven't looked into it. But okay.
But yeah, Spies Are Forever have been in our bucket list for a while.
I think, yeah, I know that Ada's looking forward to Solve Squad because he's a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I mean, we will eventually get round to all of these anyway. That's kind of the point. We're gonna milk this dry.
Keep giving us watch hours, baby.
The Watchers of 1,000 Eyes are all of you.
Give us power.
You know something? I mean, like these streams, like sometimes have gone up like beyond like 500 views, which means I guess if it leads to 500 views, most likely the Watchers did in fact add a total of 1,000 eyes.
Yeah,
just saying. And yes, even that one, yes.
Man, I'm so excited to see you try to read that title out loud.
I have, but well, I mean, I managed to avoid the title of the last episode. I haven't said it a single time. I had to type it out to upload the video, but that's about as far as I went. I'm good at avoiding this kind of stuff. I avoided mentioning the name of the spin-off of Has Been Hotel. I haven't said that yet either.
Yeah, me and my Richard.
I'll just refer to it as like today's video or what we're watching at this moment. That's what I tend to do. That's my secret technique.
And just show like start blasting like the text on screen. In today's video, we're watching. Go silent.
I'll let you announce that one. I haven't actually seen that video. That's one that
I also have not.
Well, no, I know you haven't, and I'm introducing you to Starkid. That's the whole. But yeah.
Man, I'm trying to make you feel less alone. You know what? Screw you, Jacob. you know, I'm trying to make you feel better, and then you sit here and you're like, well, I know you haven't. No, man, you are so mean for no reason.
Oh my goodness, this is super fun. Now I'm gonna now I'm gonna finish my third full Starkid rewatch. See, yeah, exactly. We're doing a full Starkid watch, I guess, just not in order. All the right videos.
I'm sure I'll make a timeline for Hatchetfield eventually.
That was kind of my goal. That's why I started with Hatchetfield. I would have started with older Starkid, but I thought let's do Hatchetfield first to get you hooked, and then afterwards we'll show the other stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oregon I have plans for, by the way, so I'm going to do that one in order, but yeah. Okie dokie. I think that's it, unless you have anything else to add about the video from a review perspective.
No, it was quite good. But,
Okay, that's all we need. For all of your thoughts, let us know by means of liking or disliking and leaving your comments on, again, anything we got wrong or other details you would like to add. And also, I'll put the oh, I'm not going to do the votes anymore. People have said that this is the season finale. That's the null and void. Yeah, just leave comments. That's all we need.
I'm excited for Witch of the Web. If it's as good as everyone says, then I'm intrigued. Also, I so desperately want a spin-off about Peanuts. Please give me Peanuts.
That's going to be like our Hatchetfield fan fiction. Peanuts actually is the thing to unite the timelines together and defeat the Lords in Black.
United under Peanuts.
Okay. All right. But for now, of course, we'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video.